They may say Friday the 13th, but there's no horror movie here. Just time for some action on the hardwood. And for these teams tonight, it's all about pride because it is the Battle of West Mobile and an all-important area game for both MGM and Baker. A win tonight will go a long way in the record books. So get ready. The Lady Vikings versus the Lady Hornets are headed your way for the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Al Whedon along with the coach, Ronnie Arrow. Coach, it's our second time seeing Baker, but tonight they may have their hands full with MGM.
That's a great rivalry. This is for an important time in district, and they're going to be battling one another. I mean, they've been talking about this game for days. The girls, you know, it's going to be interesting because both of them, they're looking for depth. They actually went down and brought up 3 girls from each one of the teams to give them some depth. I saw Mary Montgomery beat a good Fairhope team the other night.
Right.
They'll hit you. They're mean. And they only suited up 7 girls. So tonight, it's going to be interesting.
Taking a look at the starters for MGM tonight, you got Lily Faulkner, Hartley Thornburg, Daisha Broughton, Ivy Klesmer, and Brooke Bell. Klesmer leads the team in scoring. And for the Baker Lady Hornets, Abby Kilgore, Haley Lindsay, Jesslyn Kellum, Tia Byers, and Nia Nord. And one thing we're going to see tonight, Coach, we're going to see some 8th graders playing tonight, especially for the Hornets, because as you just talked about, going down, Coach Tori Johnson, she went past JV. She brought in some 8th, some girls from Causey Middle School to play.
She might be out there on airport trying to get a couple girls. But the thing is, she only has 2 girls coming back from last year's team.
Right.
So she's going to do a good job. She's a winner. Last year at Fairhope, they were 25-5, went to the regional tournament. So she can coach. She's just got to get the program going.
Just get them going. And we are going right here. The action underway as they're passing it around. Haley Lindsay with the ball right now, looking to get open, and she shoots it over to Jesslyn Kellum as Baker sets things up. They come into this ball game 2-14 as we showed you their records at the top. Inside of the Hornets' nest on the camp of Baker High School.
MGM's playing tough, physical. They're a physical team. They're going to get after you. And they only had 7 suited up the other night. Nice drive.
Good ball movement by the Lady Hornets. We saw them in the month of December as they took on McGill, a very, very experienced McGill Lady Yellow Jackets team. But we're going to get to see the Baker Lady Hornets again and see what improvements we can see, Coach Aaron.
Well, I've seen them twice since we did the game, and they're improving, but they're just so young and inexperienced. They've got a ways to go.
Only one senior listed on this Lady Hornets team. That's Tia Byers, number 12. He's on the floor right now.
Baker's trying to cut to the hole, and MGM's taking the lanes away from him. Nice pick there.
Lindsay with the ball. Shot goes up by the Lady Hornets. Missed. It is out. It's going to remain Baker's basketball.
Pretty fast pace for the start of the game. I'm surprised that MGM isn't full court pressing. Baker's going to have to take care. Their 2 deals is inexperience and turning over the ball.
Right.
They've got to take care of the ball.
Well, Coach, I know you got your pen or your pencil ready to track some turnovers tonight. You've been doing a fine job in the past few telecasts we have.
As much as I hate those things, I hate keeping track of them.
First points of the board right there from Brooke Bell of MGM. She averages 3 points per game, and she puts up the first 2 to get us going here.
And she's going to get down and get position. They're going to get her the ball. She's going to have opportunities to score. Baker's running a nice motion set, coming off high picks, cutting to the hole.
Foul right there on Hartley Thornburg. Foul on Haley Lindsay of Baker, her first foul. So that's the first team foul.
And second turnover.
Against the Lady Hornets, and Coach Arrow already at it, counting the turnover.
Get rider's cramp.
MGM swinging the ball around quite nicely. Good rebound by Bell as she kicked it back out. And they're going to reset the offense. Lily Faulkner thought about the 3, penetrated and gave it back out. Right there from the elbow and off the glass, Hartley Thornburg drops in the bucket. MGM on top 4-0. Quick timeout call by Tori Johnson.
Yeah, she wants to try and keep this thing under control. She don't want to get any big leads. If you remember last time, the team that they were playing just took off scoring.
Yeah, against McGill. It got out of control early.
Yeah. There's some good young girls and boys team in this area. There's some good young kids coming up.
There's a shot right there, Coach Matt Bosarge. In his 6th year at MGM, has an overall record of 39-63. This has been his only coaching opportunity. And Coach Arrow, he's from down in the Bayou. He went to Alma Bryant. So we were talking before the ball game. I used to work with a Bosarge. He said the nickname was Boudreaux, you know.
Boudreaux. He loves this team.
He really does.
He thinks this team can go a long way. They're 6-6 right now, 1-2 in the area. But I tell you, they play hard.
He said they started off 0-3, but the young ladies have fought and clawed their way back into making it a positive record. They lost Tuesday night when they played Bryant. They were 6-5, so now sitting at 500. Ball almost stolen, turned over by Baker. They need to get it back across the timeline here.
Yeah, they need to move the ball and get some back doors. MGM is playing so much pressure, the Baker girls are going to have to go back door, or they're going to
looking for some help. No one could bail her out. Turnover on the play. And coming from behind, Haley Lindsay with the block and steal, and Lady Hornets are on the move.
For the Hornets to do well tonight, she's going to have to play a big part, both handling the ball and scoring.
Shot up right there by Lindsay, rims off. Another rebound for the Lady Vikings of MGM. This is the Battle of West Mobile. The men will follow this ball game. That's a three that goes up, and it is drained by Ivy Klesmer. She shoots 35% from three, and she hits that one, Coach. 7-0 is our score.
They came down, took the ball to one side, threw over to the other side, and had a wide open shot. Again, that was a close turnover there. They're going to have to go back door quicker because they're just taking, MGM's just taking all passing lanes away. They'll never get the ball.
That pass almost stolen by Thornburg. They get it in to Kilgore. And she's looking for some help. She gets it down to Tia Byers. There's going to be a foul right there. Looks like it'll be against Brooke Bell, her first foul and first team foul.
Tia Byers down, holding good position. They got the ball into her. You gotta pay those post people. When they post and they're open, you gotta get them the ball or they'll quit posting.
He's the only senior on the team, as we mentioned before. Drives it in and works it off the glass. Good fundamentals right there. So Baker's on the board.
And they worked the bar. There wasn't any deflections or anything. They worked the ball well and got a good shot.
Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Byers. Getting it over to Lindsay. She's going to try to drive. No one's there to help her out. They got a double team down low, but she does get it over to Jesslyn Kelly.
She was lucky. She over-penetrated there and almost got a double team on the baseline.
Foul on the play coming up here. That's going to be on Daisha Broughton, her first foul. Second team foul. It's going to send Lindsay to the free throw line. She shoots 44% from the stripe.
Yeah, that's another thing. They're not a good free throw shooting team. They're going to have to concentrate. There was nothing but net on that one.
Absolutely. Got some substitutions checking in. Madison Fields for Baker. Also Madison Jenkins for MGM. So the Madisons are going to battle on the floor.
The last 3 times that Baker's been down the court, they've gotten the ball. They've got a good shot. There wasn't any turnovers. When you don't turn the ball over and rolls out, when you don't turn the ball over, you give yourself a chance to score.
Good rebound, good hustle down low by Nia Nord. Puts it up twice, can't make it.
Nice strong move to the hole.
Helen with it, and here's Madison. 3 attempts, and the Lady Hornets cannot get a bucket as they fight for it on the floor. And Baker comes out with it, driving in to score, Jesslyn Kellum. So I guess the 4th time's the charm, Coach Aaron.
There was a lot of hands touching that ball on that play, on both sides.
Call. Good hustle right there by the Lady Hornets. Take a look at it on the replay here. The officials never called a jump ball. And right out the pile comes Jesslyn Kellum, the 5'7" freshman guard.
Hey, you know, if things aren't going well and some of your upperclassmen aren't getting it done, you need to give those young kids a chance to play. I get asked all the time by parents, should my kid play on the JV or should I let him go on the varsity?
Right.
Might sit the bench. My reply to that is go where you are going to play.
Get some playing
You're
time.
not going to get any better sitting on the bench.
No. Can't get back. Can't make the club in the tub, Coach.
No.
Can't do that. So after this timeout by Matt Bosarge and the Lady Vikings, up 2 as
Again,
they get
Baker.
a 5-0 run here.
Again, Baker is taking care of the ball, so they're allowing themselves to get a shot, and they're doing a good job of scoring.
MGM swinging it over across the perimeter.
The ball.
Almost stolen by Lindsay right there. She got a hand in on it. Back over to Madison Jenkins. There's another hand going in.
Nice ball movement.
Inside, outside, stepping back. Almost took the shot with Klesmer. But Madison Jenkins puts it up, and it is no good. Nice rebound right there by Nia Nord.
Baker in a 2-3 zone. MGM and man-to-man. Nice drive.
Nice penetration drive by Justin Kellum of a foul. And we are
Got to finish that.
going the other way. That foul's on Madison Fields of Baker, her first foul. Second against the Lady Hornets.
Coach Bozard, he does a really good job. He gets the kids to play hard and physical and smart.
Back over to Jenkins once again. She throws up another three, no good. And another rebound by Nord. They're letting them battle out, Coach. They're not calling a tie-up possession.
Nice
Jump
move.
balls. Nice move right there by Lily Faulkner. No foul on the play.
You know, I really think that the officials are told in the first game, look, don't call a bunch of fouls because we can't go into overtimes and stuff because we got another game to play.
Traveling on the play by Abby Kilgore.
That gym,
Back to MGM.
that gym's starting to fill up. If you're planning on going to the game, you better head on over there.
Well, as I put this one on my social media page, Coach Arrow, this game will
Nice
sell out.
pass.
Nice down low pass right there to Ivy Klesmer, and she puts it in off the glass. This game is going to sell out for sure. It's the Battle of West Mobile. It's a big one. Plus, you know, you have LeBaron Fallon averaging 36 points, third leading scorer in the nation right now. But it's no big thing he's not number one because he has help now because some of the guys who we didn't get to feature last month are now playing. So that kind of takes the pressure off a
When
little bit.
Flowers came back,
Sure
it
did.
took a whole lot of pressure because
Sure
we
did.
visited when LeBaron wasn't scoring his 44 points, they weren't winning.
Right.
That's a lot of pressure knowing you got to go out and score 40 points or plus to win.
No foul right there on play. They are literally letting them play tonight, the officials.
Nice drive. You gotta
Nice
finish
drive
that.
by Broughton. No good.
No bone, no foul.
And another traveling call, that one called against Justin Kellum. As Coach Tori Johnson, you can see her right there shouting out to the girls, telling them to get together.
You know, the girls have done such a good job. It is imperative that Baker takes care of the ball, and they've done that. But I also just saw MGM the last time started pressing full court. That's going to be the turning point.
Right.
Baker is going to have to take care of the ball half court and full court now.
Broughton drives in. He stopped. MGM on top, 9-5 right now. 1 minute, almost 1 minute left here in the contest.
Oh, she traveled. Nice call.
They got another travel. That's back-to-back traveling calls against the Lady Hornets. They catch Madison Fields right there doing the cha-cha slide. So a turnover to MGM as we are now 60 seconds left in the first quarter. A very quick pace tempo of first quarter too, Coach Arrow.
When you don't call fouls, it'll go fast.
Yep. And keep in mind, both coaches called the timeout here in the first quarter.
Nice pass underneath.
Working it back outside as Broughton drops in the three.
Very nice ball movement around that zone. That's what they're going to have to do. That's
Off the glass, shot no good for Lindsay. And the runner thrown up by Kilgore. She can't connect, under 30 seconds remaining on the move. Lee Faulkner. And Kilgore strips it out. Ball still alive for MGM. From the corner, can Broughton do back-to-back threes for Deja Broughton and the Lady Vikings?
they're going to have to come out of that zone. They're starting to hit from outside. They're going to have to come out of that zone and let them get after him, man.
Just like that, Baker down 10 points here to end the first quarter. MGM on top, led by two back-to-back threes late in the quarter by Deja Broughton. The lead is 10 for the Lady Vikings.
High school students, are you looking for a way to become a better leader? Then the Junior Officers Training Corps may be what you're seeking. If you would like to develop self-reliance, learn ways to be more responsible, and improve your communication skills, you can do that and more when you register for the Junior Officers Training Corps. The JROTC program is available to all high school students in Mobile County. JROTC, we build a better you.
MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Make sure you follow us on social media. Check out all of our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Stay in the know with the Mobile County Public Schools. Make sure you follow, like, and share on all of our social media platforms. We appreciate you joining us tonight. And if you're watching, make sure you tell someone else to tune in. As we said, Coach Arrow, it's going to be a sellout at Daniel Bumper's Gymnasium.
If you're not leaving to go over there now, it's best you stay at home and listen to us and watch us.
Enjoy the heat at the house, because it turned a little cool today. It got hot on the floor right there toward the end of the first quarter. Two of those three-pointers by MGM was hit by Deja Broughton within the last minute.
Remember what we said, for Baker to be able to have a good outing tonight, they're going to have to score in the half court, and they're going to have to take care of the ball.
They lead in rebounding 9-6. Now, we saw them get at least 3 or 4 rebounds after a missed free throw attempt by Haley Lenz early in the first quarter. So, a few of those rebounds came on one possession.
And it's 6-2 in turnovers. Nice ball movement. They're really working the ball well.
They really are. Shot put up right there by Ivy Klesmer. No good. Baker takes possession.
And credit Coach Johnson, for staying in the zone because of lack of depth. If you get out and start pressuring man-to-man or girl-to-girl, whichever way that you want to say it, then you have more tendency to foul. And neither one of these teams can afford, because of depth, foul issues.
That is true. Right now, Baker's 1, 2, 3, I have 3 8th graders on their team. And we've already seen one in Madison Fields tonight already, and there are 2 others on the bench for the Lady Hornets.
You've got to build up that youth that's coming up through your program. There's a difference between having a team every year and having a program. A program you're going to build from the 8th grade on up, so by the time they get to the varsity, they'd have already know what you want, how hard to play, and they fit into your program.
Haley Lindsay running the point here for the Lady Hornets. She's going to take it, drive, and penetrate, and she is fouled on the play.
Haley Lindsay is by far the best athlete. She's right there to become a player. She's got to slow down. She gets up and down the court very well. I think she gets tired. She might need a blow now and then, but she needs to have a really good summer and learn the game more and more.
Lindsay misses that first one. So far, she has all of the free throw attempts.
Because she's the most active with the ball, and she's probably going to have the ball more.
Lady Hornets. Shot put up by Madison Jenkins, no good. Lindsay with the ball, that's a 3, rims out. Nice rebound by Madison Fields, the 8th grader. She's 5'8", playing with the big girls, not JV, but varsity. Another traveling call against Baker.
Every second that those 8th graders are on the court, they're getting more and more experience for the future. And again, this is just me, if you have a choice of playing an 8th grader or a junior and senior that have been in your program and they haven't quite come around, you need to see how far you can bring those young ones. And hopefully the older ones that have been in your program will come even further and quicker, because they weren't on the court.
They do. On the court right now, Deja Broughton doing her thing. That's her third three-pointer she just hit to extend the lead 18-6. Ball stolen. Lee Faulkner, as she is fouled on the play. I believe Abby Kilgore is going to pick up that foul right there. That's her first foul.
MGM now is in a full court 1-2-2 press, and that means more trouble for Baker. They're going to have to take care of the ball.
Faulkner's going to go to the line to shoot. Misses the first.
For the young ones that are coming up, when you're shooting a free throw, you got to come up at least for 1 or 2 seconds and look to see where you not come straight up and shoot the ball.
And she hits the second for the Lady Vikings.
Here's 1-2-2, full court press again. This is the time that Baker is going to have to show that they can handle this, or if not, then it could get a little ugly real quick.
Oh my goodness, Kilgore throws it right into a double team. And she's a freshman as well, so she's getting some valuable experience. Ball out on the Lady Vikings. It will be Baker's basketball. Good shot right there, Tori Johnson, as she coaches the young ladies. We talked about this team, only one senior on the Lady Hornets, and that is Tia Byers, number 12. They are, when we say young, they are extremely young, Coach Aaron.
Yeah, they are. And again, if you're not going to do well, then go with your youth.
Turnover to Baker right there. Coming up with that ball. Brooke Bell with the steal. Deja Broughton, she's hit 3 threes. They're going to call a blocking foul right there on Haley Lindsay. She picks up her second personal foul.
Five of the last 7 possessions have been turnovers for Baker.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Here's a replay right here. Foul on the floor. 3 put up by Madison Jenkins. No good. Rebounded by Brooke Bell. Just going to push it out to Deja Broughton. She heaves it up. No good there. The senior, Tia Byers, gets the rebound. Clears it out. Look who's on the other end
and
with
finish.
The foul. And count the basket.
Very nice.
For Haley Lindsay. We're going to call that foul on Lee Faulkner. Picking up her first. And way to Tia Byers to see the outlet and see Lindsay down the floor and get the ball to her, Coach.
No question. You know, a perfect. For you to have a fast break, it all starts with the rebound to the outlet pass. The outlet pass is really, really important. Then you can push the ball or pass it up court. If you have a slow outlet pass, it's going to take away from your fast break.
Full timeout being called right here by Tori Johnson of Baker at the 5:05 mark. And she wants to talk things over. She is in her first year at Baker. You just talked about it. She was previously at Fairhope. But, you know, she's not new to this thing, Coach. She's been doing this for 21 years. She's coached at Fairhope, Clark County High School, Hopeville, and Lamar School. So she's got a lot of experience. So, you know, I see when she sees she's bringing 8th graders, she sees some great potential in these young ladies.
I guarantee you she's going to be able in the near future to go real well, to do real well.
Make sure you mark your calendar. If you hadn't, what is wrong with you? It's a long weekend because it's MLK Day on Monday, so all schools and offices are closed for the Mobile County Public School System. That's another way of saying, Coach Arrow, don't send them to school. No one's there to let them in on Monday. So
they don't ever go to school anyway.
No, don't send them on Monday. But in observance of MLK Day this Monday, all schools and offices are going to be closed. Actually, I'm off work, but I'm going to be working. I got to do a basketball tournament down at Bishop State. The 2nd annual Ballin' for a Cause MLK tournament. Richard Robinson at it again, Coach Aaron.
He can put on a tournament in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'll be
and
down
does a
there.
good job with it.
I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a middle school game with Clark Shaw and Faith Academy. So get to see some 7th and 8th graders on the court.
And you know what? That'll make their day.
Oh yeah. It's going to
That'll
be huge.
make their
It's going to
day.
be huge. I'm looking forward to that. Middle schoolers, boys and girls teams in action down at Bishop State. So at the line shooting, Haley Lindsay.
There's no reason for the near future for her not to be a really good player.
Count that 3 for the Baker Hornets as they get it back to within single digits here on the lead.
Haley again. Now, if they can get some stops, they're right back in this game. There she is again.
Very active, as you said, on the floor. Lays it off the glass. That is why she is the leading scorer for the team, averaging 11.7 points per game for the Lady Hornets. Look at the ball movement and the dribbling by Madison Jenkins. She drives to the hole. The senior finally gets one to drop, Coach.
Yep. Stay after it long enough, it's gonna be there.
Lead is 8 for MGM.
And again, Baker started scoring because they weren't turning the ball over. And as soon as I say that,
You say that, Coach, and it happens.
man,
We're going to have a foul down on the floor here.
that's number 9.
Abby Kilgore has picked up her second foul. 5th team foul against the Lady Hornets. Driving right there by Klesmer.
Yeah, Lily Faulkner, she gets up and down the court. She's a mainstay. She's a strong player. She knows where to go. She reads the defense well, and she wants the ball. Crisp pass.
Klesmer with the 3 and drains it. Look at MGM. They are shooting great here for threes tonight.
Yeah. Madison Jones just drills that 3 in. 24-13.
The senior with the ball, Tia Byers, pretty much does it coast to coast all by herself as she picks up the foul. She's going to go to the charity stripe to shoot here.
When she takes the ball to the hole, I like that.
Hartley Thornburg of MGM gets the foul. That's her second 15 foul against the Lady Vikings. In and out for Byers.
Coach Beaucharge is active over there on the sidelines.
He is. Byers makes the second for the Lady Hornets. Lead back to 10 once again. MGM pretty much in control. The closest Baker got was 4 points when the score was 9-5.
Baker's going man-to-man now, clearing out for the outside, wherever the ball is.
Thornburg almost made him pay right there. She drove in. Byers on the move. They don't have the numbers, but she's going to go for it, and they're going to call an offensive foul against Tia Byers.
And again, Lily Faulkner, I mean, she does a whole lot of things that may not be in the stat. There's a charge.
Took the charge.
Took the charge, and you know, there was no doubt that that was a charge. Good, she has the ball out front against the zone or man. She does a really good job of setting up.
Coach Beaucharge pulls out Hartley Thornburg with 2 fouls under 3 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. No need for her to pick up the third. And Barton throws that one up. No good. Rebounded by the 8th grader, Madison Fields. She is 5'8".
I like her. She's active.
She's tough. She's hanging in there, Coach Arrow.
Give her with some good minutes and a few games, she's going to be a player.
Nice drive by Lindsay as she scores for the Lady Hornets.
You know, only down 8. When they take care of the ball, they're doing a good job of scoring.
Correction, that was Justin Kellum with the bucket right there. Almost in by Summer Evans. Her shot rims out. Look at Byers clearing it out, getting it over to Abby Kilgore. Kilgore shot up, no good. Back over to MGM as we approach 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. No score, trying to drive. One thing when you have situations like here, when I'm doing the scores table, I tell the young ladies at Bishop State, make sure you jump. If you're down, you got to jump to get it up. Sometimes they just want to throw it up flat-footed, Coach. It doesn't work like that.
You know, that goes back to summer training.
Yeah.
You know, it takes work to learn to jump, and to be, when you jump strong.
Right.
You got to get in that weight room and start building those muscles up, so when you explode up for a muscle shot like that, you go right through the defense.
Exploding with some power. Tia Byers, and there it is, call for the travel. That pivot foot did come up. Officials right on top of it. She's like, come on.
That's number 11 to 4.
Only 4 turnovers for the Lady Vikings. You can see that as they're on top, 8 points right now. Baker trying to hang in there. They need a couple stops here. They can get it within a couple of possessions.
Setting the ball up, being patient. See, when she was getting picked for, she's got to come off that pick. Make 2 take. Okay.
Under 90 seconds remaining here. Deja Barton
Nice
running
back
the
door.
point and drops it down low. Ivy Klesmer
nice.
averages 16 points per game. She's the leading scorer. Right behind her is Deja Barton, so they kind of did the 1-2 punch right there, Coach Arrow.
Yes, they did.
Kilgore gets it across the timeline. Mia
2-on-1.
Nord
Missed the
thought
pass.
we had another, and there's the travel. Stephen Newhouse signals it. I thought she took 1 too many steps there.
I thought she was going to get away with it. It was a little late whistle there.
For a quick second.
It was the right call.
Well, see, my eyes did not deceive me. Lead is 10 for MGM on top of Baker here in our first matchup. Don't forget, we'll have the boys coming up next after this ball game. But so far, a pretty good 2 quarters of action we've seen, Coach Aaron.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, again, they're still in this game. Baker, if they just take care of the ball, they're getting good shots. Nice spin move.
I'm going to call that foul on Summer Evans. It's going to be her first foul. 16 fouls against MGM. Checking back in, Hartley Thornburg. That foul was on the floor, a non-shooting foul.
You know, a lot of times, and this seems like it's simple, but, you know, you can't run the baseline if you don't score. I was at a game the other night, and twice it happened where they ran the baseline, got called for traveling. Nice back door again.
Oh, no, Jesslyn Kellum blocked by the backboard. Young lady here positioning this out of place. I thought Klesmer was going to do the James Harden step back 3 and a nice pass as they get it down low. They bring in Thornburg, and she scores a bucket right before the half.
Lily Faulkner. You know, she a lot of things, that was an assist. She read it really nice.
That 3 way deep from Mia Nord.
I think that was
not a high percentage shot there, Coach Aaron.
I think that was a 4.
I think that was a 4 point.
I think that was a 4. You know, I love when I was coaching, they'd say, well, I was open. I said, there might be a reason for that.
There might be a reason.
They don't want to guard you.
28-16 is our score at the half. We'll come back and talk about what we saw and share some first half statistics with you. You're watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Well,
there's a lot to like about Mobile County Public Schools.
What I enjoy about Mobile County School is the extra attention my teachers give us to help us learn.
Teachers are liking their access to technology, and students are liking the quality of their education.
I like the technology that's been incorporated into my education.
And since 1826, you have trusted us to prepare your child for their future, and we like that. Mobile County Public Schools. We are learning today, leading tomorrow.
A teacher is one of the biggest investors in a community.
They impact the lives of those we value the most.
Teachers share knowledge which helps shape and mold our future leaders.
Teachers show direction and help build a sense of purpose.
Are you ready to make a change? For more information on teaching opportunities, teacher incentives, or to apply with the Mobile County Public Schools, log on to www.mcpss.com.
This is a program for any middle school student who's actually behind. This opportunity offers kids a chance to do 2 grades in 1 year.
If it wasn't for Star Academy, I would still be in 8th grade and probably still struggling.
We are one-on-one. We have small classrooms, and we're able to give students that personal touch, that personal attention.
I know I'm coming to see good teachers, good attitude, and also they're here to teach us what we need to learn.
It is halftime, and the Lady Vikings on top 28-16, 12-point lead here for MGM. Coach Arrow, some thoughts of what you saw in the first 2 quarters here for the young ladies?
well, I thought Baker, we said at the beginning of the game, they were inexperienced. They only have 1 returning player from last year's team. They were going to have to do 2 things. They were, number 1, have to take care of the ball. Right now they've got 12 turnovers. And when they weren't turning the ball over, they were keeping it pretty close, 6 points, 8 points. Then they started turning it over. They'll go for a while, and then all of a sudden they'll have 3 or 4 in a row. And you can't have 3 or 4 in a row and not get a big lead for the other team. You've got to take care of the ball. and then they have to score in their half-court offense.
Yeah.
Again, what I said from what I saw the other day, MGM doing, they'll hit you. I mean, they're strong, and they go after it. Lily Faulkner, she does everything.
Say great things about her.
I really like the way she plays. She runs that team. She has the ball in her hand and makes very crisp passes.
Yeah.
But again, with the youth that Baker is playing, it's going to help Coach Johnson in the future.
Yeah, definitely in the future. One senior right there, 1, 2, 3 eighth graders on my roster. Let's take a look at the statistics here from the first 2 quarters. It'll really tell the story as we get that up. Look at the Baker cheerleaders there, Coach. 10 for 25 for MGM from the field, only 6 of 18 in field goals. And look at the three-pointers, 1 for 4, so it's 5 for 11 for MGM. And we know 3 of those came from one person, Deja Broughton for the Lady Vikings.
Yeah, and look at the rebounds. Look at the rebounds. That's sort of surprising.
It is surprising, 18 to 10. Baker was winning it in the first quarter as well and continued to wipe the boards. But the traveling calls, something I noticed is you kind of track the turnovers. I believe Baker has more traveling calls than MGM has turnovers, period.
Yeah. And it's a shame because when you just say, okay, if they just cut down on this one statistic like turnovers,
right,
it's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done when you have a lot of youth on the team like Coach Johnson has.
And again, I'm going to say again, if you're not going to play well and you're not playing well, and they've only won 2 games.
2 out of 14.
Yep. 2 out of 14. The bottom line is play that youth. And hopefully the older ones will see, I got to get on the stick.
There you
start
go.
Taking care of the ball.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back and bring you more action. You're watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
At Mobile County Public Schools, we believe it starts with us. That's why we offer Signature Academies.
Hello, I'm Jordan Clark, and I'm in the Health Service Academy at John L. LaFleur Magnet High School. My future career is to be an obstetrician gynecologist. With this academy, I'm learning firsthand from people already working in the industry. Shadowing them on the job really makes me want to study hard and work harder towards my career goals.
Signature Academies are open to all students in Mobile County Public High Schools. Visit mcpss.com.
Parents, if you have a child who will be 4 years of age on or before September 1st, 2023, then mark your calendar to register for the Mobile County Public Schools First Class Pre-K program. Online registration for the 2023-24 school year opens January 15th, so don't miss this opportunity. Log on to mcpss.com for more information and a complete listing of pre-K sites, screening, and selection info. First Class Pre-K registration, January 15th. Save the date.
As a student in the Mobile County Public Schools, there are a few things I've come to expect. One is a quality education, and the other is a quality lunch. Not only are our school meals well balanced, meeting all federal nutritional standards, but they also have less fat, fewer calories, and they taste really good. Oh, and I forgot to mention, our school lunches contain whole wheat, grains, fruits, and vegetables to give me the energy and brain power to get me through the day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ayla, hi.
Oh, hi, Sierra. How are you?
Good. How are things?
Things couldn't be better.
What do you mean?
Well, I just started this new job as a school teacher with the Mobile County Public Schools, and it has been a life changer. Great benefits, the hours are great, and great students. Just overall, it's a great opportunity.
Oh, wow, that sounds great. Yeah. I'm going to look into that.
You should.
For more information, visit mcpss.com/job opportunities.
Our children with special needs deserve a place to play. That is why we are coming together to build the Miracle League of West Mobile Schmidt Family Park. It will include a special needs ball field and playground, regulation baseball and softball fields, and more. We have raised more than $1 million and construction will start soon, but we need your help to complete the project. Visit mcpss.com/Miracle League to donate and to learn more. Any dollar amount will help bring a smile to a child's face. Together, we can make a miracle.
At any given time, trauma can happen.
And how we deal with it. And how we make peace with it.
Starts with me.
With Project Thrive, I'm taking a pledge.
I pledge to believe and support others experiencing trauma.
Will you join Project Thrive and its team of partners who are working together to address issues of trauma? Take the pledge, take a stand, and let's make Mobile a trauma-informed community.
You are watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. It's Al Whedon, Coach Ronnie Arrow inside of the MCPSS Sports Central Studio. The action coming to you live from the Baker High School campus, Daniel Bumpers Gymnasium. Coach Arrow, interesting ball game. Mayor Montgomery on top 28-16 right now. If you're Coach Johnson, what are you talking to your girls about in the locker room?
You know, the turnovers. I mean, we just take care of the ball and give ourselves a chance to win this game and score. But the one thing is that Baker averages 27 points a game, and MGM averages 56 points a game. Baker at halftime is a little ahead of
You're
what
right.
they're averaging.
So they average.
And MGM is right on target to doing what they average.
Right on target, and right on target right there. A quick foul by Baker to start off the second half. That's the third foul against Abby Kilgore. And it's going to send Ivy Klesmer to the line shooting.
The next 5 minutes will determine if Baker's going to come back or MGM is going to go up a bunch.
And MGM's already hit a quick bucket and just made that free throw and made the second. Klesmer.
There's a fine line. There's a fine line of learning how to win, and there's a fine line the other thing. And the other thing's not fun.
They break the press right there. Good job by the Lady Hornets. Working it over to Tia Byers. She's right there at the top of the key. Right to Kilgore, back to Byers. No one's down low in the paint. Everyone on the perimeter for the Lady Hornets. As Nia Nord chunks up the three. No good. Turnover. MGM, who've come out and scored 4 straight points, Coach Aaron.
Yeah, you know, a shot like that is like a turnover.
It is.
You know,
it is literally.
I'm not going to put it down, but you've got to get a better shot than that.
Not the high percentage shot you want right there coming out of the half.
See how MGM will cut back go on you? If you overextend, they're going to go back and go on you.
Getting over to Klesmer. He penetrated, kicked it back out. Broughton drives in wide open. Can't control it. Brooke Bell drops the ball. But Johnny on the spot. Lee Faulkner. And she is fouled on the play.
Coach Beauchard wanted that drive and pitch and layup. They didn't quite get to it. He was jumping up. He did a pretty good vertical over here.
I don't know if that foul was on Kilgore or not. I'm going to double check with my statistician.
Nice play. Out of bounds play. They came, Ivy Klesmer came right down the middle on the out of bounds play. Caught the ball. She had a
Second
chance to
foul
score.
over Tia Byers. Back to the line goes Klesmer. That's 3 in a row for her.
I don't know if they've played. I don't think they have played since MGM played the other night. But the same thing, the girls are playing really hard, and I like their MO. Coach does a real good job.
Klesmer gets her own rebound. She missed the second one.
Boom.
Puts up a 3 and drains it.
Ivy Klesmer.
As that lead extends for the Lady Vikings. That is going to be a travel, a walk, a turnover all in one, Coach Arrow. You can write all 3 of those down. It only counts as 1 turnover, but
I get
unfortunately,
I get my pick.
For Lindsay, she did it all right there. 20-point lead here for MGM. They are all in control. as we are early in the third quarter, 6:20 remaining. Barton shot no
Nice
good.
rebound.
Good rebound by Lindsay right there. She makes up for the travel she just did. Tia Byers, the only senior on the team, going to walk it up past the timeline.
She needs to get on down there to that goal where she can be effective.
Nia Nord throws up the three, no good. She shoots 26.3% from the three. She's had a couple of attempts tonight, has not made one, rather. Barton with the ball. She's had a good night.
Nice
back door. You're right, Coach Harold. That ball is live. It's saved by Klesmer, who gets it over to her teammate, Thornburg, whose shot is off the backboard and rim. And driving in, Lee Faulkner, no good. Another shot, no good by Brooke Bell.
That's 4 offensive rebounds. That's why Baker is beating them bad on the boards.
The 15-footer drain by Haley Lindsay. Timeout by Coach Johnson at Baker. She wants a quick 30 so she can talk to the young ladies and calm them down here.
Well, they scored on that last one by Lindsay. And I'll tell you, she's a nice player. And if these girls have a really good summer, if they keep working for the rest of this year, by the time she's a senior next year, she's going to have some help. And that's what Coach Johnson wants. She wants to see who's going to contribute this year, but the future is what you're really looking for when you have a program. Everybody's listening. You know, they've had a tough year, but right there shows respect for the coach. Every one of those girls have their eyes on Coach Johnson, listening to her.
Sure did. Taking it in. So down 18 right now as MGM is going to take possession here of the ball. 5:21 remaining in the third quarter. Al Whedon, the coach, Ronnie Arrow here at MCPSS Sports Central, bringing you the action on the campus of Baker High School.
Now Baker's coming out in a 2-2-1 full court press.
And stolen. Nia Nord on the move, loses control of the rock. She cannot control the magic egg, and she loses.
Now they got to get right back in it. I'm glad to see this aggressiveness.
Another timeout call. I don't know if that's from Baker or Coach Bossard, but someone called a timeout. I saw Stephen Newhouse signal. I think this may be a 30-second timeout right here as well.
Yeah, that sort of surprised me if Coach Johnson called that quick, but she must have seen something that she wanted to get over to her girls.
I mean, Baker got the turnover, almost, could try to convert, but Nord just lost the handle on it.
They got into the 2-2-1 press. They had good traps. They took first passes away and got a steal. Got to take care of the ball down there, though. That's only their second turnover the second half.
That is much better improvement than what was taking place last.
If they can sustain it.
That first half.
Nice read. The girls for MGM, they don't pick the ball up when they get pressured. They keep their dribble till they have somebody to pass it to.
Cross court to Deja Broughton. First shot, no good.
Good shot.
Her brother plays basketball for MGM, DJ Broughton. We'll get to see him in the next contest. That three rims out for Haley Lindsay of Baker. And coming the other way, MGM shot blocked by the freshman Madison Jones.
And who started all that? Our girl Lily.
Sure did.
Tough rebound, went up and got it. Had good position, got the outlet pass quick. And I tell you what, her IQ, her basketball IQ is really good.
8th grader checking back in for Baker, number 2, Madison Fields. You just talked her up, Coach. There she is, Lee Faulkner passing it over to Klesmer. Klesmer just outside of the paint, shoots it up, no good, so turnover on MGM. It'll be Baker's basketball at the 4:22 mark. Down 18 points in the third quarter. Just need to chip away, break the defense right here.
To have a good team, you have to have a good backcourt. And with MGM, with Klesmer and Faulkner, you have that. I mean, I would feel confident in giving them the ball. They're going to make something happen, and good things happen.
Both senior players for Coach Matt Bossard and MGM. Kellen tries to inbound, and it is stolen, broken up by Brooke Bell, but we got a quick foul committed right there by Haley Lindsay, her third foul. That's 14th team foul against Baker. No foul so far MGM has committed here in the third quarter, Coach Arrow.
Yeah, that's, let's see, 10, that's 16 turnovers for the game.
Overall.
Total. This is that's the fourth one, second half. Bring it over here, reverse the ball back. That's how to beat a press. Find the middleman when they're open.
Nice move by Lily Faulkner. Her shot's blocked.
But you see, everybody knew where to get. Court position is very important. Faulkner drove, and when she drove, they collapsed on her, and Klesmer was in the corner. That's who she was trying to get the pass to.
Faulkner with it once again. Broughton back to Faulkner, moving around Klesmer. MGM spreading it out here, but Klesmer sneaks in down low in the paint, pops it back out again, a little inside-outside action.
They're not moving the ball quite as much quite as quick as they were a while ago.
Pass is not as crisp either. That shot put up by Madison Jenkins, no good. With the rebound, the other Madison Fields for Baker, the 8th grader, brings it down. And a three launched by Lindsay.
Nice rebound.
I think that's going to be MGM. No, a foul on the play. And that foul is going to be against MGM.
Madison Jones went up there and got that rebound like that.
She did. She did. The 8th grader's 5'8". She went up and commanded the ball. So it's going to place Madison Jones on the line for Baker. She's a freshman, shooting 38% from the free throw strike, misses the first one. So, Coach, technically we have 2 Madisons on Baker's team and 1 Madison on MGM. And right now they're all in the game at the same time.
That must have been a popular name that year. I hope we can get some of these girls to our elite camp, the classroom elite camp that we'll have for a month every Monday night right after the season. There's some good competition and some good learning that goes on in our elite camp.
Very good. Jesslyn Kellen picks up her first foul, 15 foul against Baker. Coach, make sure you let them know it's available, because maybe you have some pertinent information you want to share with them. Yeah. But this isn't the regular classroom. This is the elite classroom camp.
Every Monday, right after the season.
Another three put up by Madison Jenkins, no good for MGM.
If you don't hit something up there, you didn't have a shot. I mean, no one is that bad of a shooter. You just got to get a better shot. Whoa.
There's a shot right there. That one shot all the way from Lindsay, Mobile Regional Airport. Lindsay drained that three. That put right across the street from Baker. Down low goes Summer Evans. The junior makes the score, 5'8" junior forward for MGM. Nice bucket, good fundamental off the glass, lays it in easy.
Great pass by Madison Jenkins for that layup.
Ball just stolen right there by Lily Faulkner as she goes coast to coast, passes it over to Jenkins. The steal and score for the Lady Vikings, and they extend the lead. It is now 19.
I love to see young players watch 2-on-1s like that. And she did it perfect. She made the one on defense taker, gave it for a layup.
Coach Bosar's getting out the way.
He's into it.
Another 2-on-1 with actually just an easy breakaway.
Oh.
No!
That girl
Klesmer cannot make the bucket.
She's tired. She needs a quick breather. She's breathing deep.
It's out on MGM. It'll be Baker's basketball here.
I forgot to ask Coach Madison Jenkins. She has a brace on her leg. I don't know if she's already had it operated on or if she's waiting, but that's a big brace to have on.
Asia Broughton right there. Easy lay-in for the young lady, the 5'8" junior. We have a timeout on the floor. I believe Coach Johnson may have called timeout for Baker. 1:20 remaining, and clearly the Lady Vikings in control of this.
Yeah, again, it's a situation where you've got to take care of the ball, and one of the bad things that Baker is going through now is turnovers and being crisp with their passes. And, you know, if someone has that type of deal in practices, now it's late in the season, but early in the season, you got to do 3-on-2s, 4-on-2s, 5-on-4s, and no dribble. So you get out of the traps and you come to the ball. You work on all those things early to stop what kids just stand and expect the ball to come straight to them.
One thing to look at right now, Coach Arrow, Baker's only scored 5 points in the third quarter here.
And both of them are still on target for what they average.
For their averages, right.
56 and 27.
MGM all on top. It was 28-16 at the half, now 42-21. They have literally contained the Lady Hornets here in the third quarter and extended their lead. At the most, it's been 20 points, down 19 right now, the Lady Hornets. And they are late coming out of the timeout, yet to hit the floor. I think Coach Johnson giving them a little extra in the speech there.
Yeah.
Now they'll inbound it. Haley Lindsay.
You know, sometimes when you're coaching and things aren't going right, you feel like somebody tied your hands, tied your feet, threw you in the ocean and said, good luck. You know, it gets sometimes to that point, unfortunately, but then there's the other good times where everything's going right for you.
Kellum with the ball, try to pass it back to Noah.
See, that should have been a back door. She should have gone back door on that.
Tipped by Klesmer. Still going to remain with the Lady Hornets. 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. Al Whedon, Coach Ronnie Arrow bringing you the action here for our MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Don't forget the boys will be in action up next. Nice drive right there, fouled on the play. The basket did not fall.
You know, the last time we were here, Al, I made a suggestion, whoever you were, managers, parents, coaches, players, on media, if you can just say when there's games going on, because sometimes, you know, I like to go see the kids that come to me play. And sometimes during the day, there'll be something on Facebook or Twitter that, hey, this game's going on, and it puts me aware of what's going on. And then after the game, somebody put on there what the score is. And that really helps because everybody goes to social media nowadays.
That's where it all is at. If you want to find out about it, it's on some type of social media platform as well.
Tell you what, that side filled up quickly over there. We can't see this side over here.
The home side, right.
Again, Baker, every time they play now, I think is a sellout. Nice pass.
Down low to Brooke Bell, but stolen by Lindsay. Seems like Bell was kind of stuck in the quicksand. She couldn't get her feet together. And driving all the way, the steal and the score by Haley Lindsay for the Lady Hornets.
Nice crossover move.
Klesmer faked them out and Strain stops, pops, and drops for the Lady Vikings. As the lead is back to 20. Kellum loses it, goes off of her foot, so it's going to be MGM's basketball with 3.2 seconds here to play in the third quarter.
You know, not only that MGM is making good decisions with the ball, but they've stopped turnovers. I mean, they've got 7 turnovers right now, and that's really good.
There's the local ESPN game day crew getting together for the boys' action coming up after the girls. One more quarter remains for the girls. MGM in control, 44-24.
If you look at the numbers, Mobile County Public Schools is making great strides. With more than 53,000 students, 7,000 employees, and 90 schools, we are consistently increasing our 4-year graduation rate and our first-class pre-K program. We continue to strive for national recognition and continue to prepare our students for the global workforce. And we do all of this with one goal in mind, to equip and empower college and career-ready graduates. Mobile County Public Schools. We're learning today, leading tomorrow.
We welcome you back to the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Al Wheaton, Coach Ronnie Arrow, and Coach, we were talking about it going into the break. We got our own local version of the ESPN Game Day. So they're at all the Baker home games, these young men. They get together and they kind of do their thing. And I like the encouragement.
That's
I like
spirit.
it. I like it.
That's spirit. Good for them.
Really get into it.
Good
The young man's
for
got to
them.
learn the ties on tie now. He's got
Ties on tie.
He's
You
gonna
know,
have to
some of
work
them
on
got suits on, maybe for the first time.
Right.
Good for them.
So,
Have fun. It
have
goes
some
by
fun
in a
with it.
hurry.
MGM on top 44 to 24, up 20 points here as they really extended that lead in the third quarter. A quick three out of the break from Haley Lindsay, no good. Put back
Way to
up by
stay
Tia
after.
Byers. Nice rebound and score for Baker.
You know, Haley Lindsay is a really nice player, but you know, and the game has gotten away pretty good right now. But she needs to be a little bit more disciplined on the good shots, like that pass right there. That's
Right.
completely across. She's athletic enough to be able to make two take and go backdoor pitch and then cut to the hole hard. She's just, her biggest thing right now, she's got skill. She's got to learn the game. She needs to put the game with her skill level.
That pass interrupted and broken up by a name we've called a lot today, Lily Faulkner. She passes the ball over to Klesmer. Back to Faulkner it goes.
See, they do a really good job of reversing the ball against the zone.
Right there from the elbow down to Haley Thornburg, Hartley Thornburg, as Thornburg works the glass. Good movement right there by MGM.
Coach Beaucharge is right there. Got to finish that, young lady. Got to finish. Great drive. You gotta finish it.
Faulkner brings it across the timeline, swings
Good
it down
defense.
low. Look at that defense stolen. And have a foul. May have been bumped right there by Thornburg. So she'll pick up her third foul. Only third team foul in the second half for MGM.
You know, with the score the way that it is right now, Baker just needs to slow down and finish the game strong and get better and better. They can't let it just, you know, okay, now I'm gonna come down and get mine. They've
Right.
got to come down and show some discipline to get better and to get better and to get better.
Yeah, no need in forcing shots and shots just try to make it, as you said, to make it about yourself. Just play some fundamental, move the ball around, run some good motion offense. Something we haven't seen. Like, they started off the game running pretty good.
They did.
Offense, but they've gotten out of that. So,
Well, that was
they had to break
before
it
the
down.
turnover situation hit them. But the thing is they need to learn to grow from this and not just stay in the same thing over. Now, see what you got there. Good finish. Good
Haley
finish.
Lindsay drops it in, I believe.
Little
at this
Euro
point.
step to the
Yep,
outside.
she's going to probably hit her average tonight as she averages 11.7 points per game for the Lady Hornets.
She needs to learn some moves to get to the hole and then make two take and pitch to the open person. Because she's athletic enough and skilled enough to be able to do that. Nice shot.
Klesmer launches the three all the way from Snow Road and drains it.
That's a pretty shot, isn't
Yeah,
it?
she kind of looked over at Coach Balsars and said, I'm going to shoot it anyway. Put it up, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. And look at Madison Jenkins getting in there, getting those hands in there, and knocks it out of bounds.
The pressure now is coming from MGM. They're pushing Baker out further and further. Baker's got to break that defense down and get in there, either get to the hole or pass it to the open person.
Nice pass from Byers to Kellen, but they can't complete the play, cannot finish. Another three put up by Klesmer.
Thought that was in.
That one rims out.
That's good to slow it down. Byers is bringing the ball down now. See, everybody's just coming to the ball. They need some back doors.
Right.
There's a nice cut to the hole.
He'll
Good.
go to Byers. Byers
Good.
shot no good. Rebounded by Broughton. And there's
Come on, young lady.
a hurt
Run the
MGM
court.
Lady Viking on the floor. She's tugging at her ankle. Let's see if this is official injury timeout or it looks like Lily Faulkner there, Coach. She may have twisted that ankle, stepped on someone's foot or something. Don't know if we may have that on the replay from that previous shot. He
got
has a brace on already.
Yeah. Well, you hate to see anybody go down with an injury. Hopefully it's just a knocked knee or a little bit of a twist.
She immediately went down after that rebound by MGM. Let's see if we can see if she maybe stepped on someone's foot. Maybe the wide shot might. Oh,
She
okay.
did.
Looks like Byers, when she fell down, maybe kind of rolled over on it. Sometimes you see that a lot in football with offensive line when they kind of roll up on the back of them a bit. Looks like that ankle may have been rolled up on. So as we can see her on our B camera shot, she is being escorted off of the floor, so she's able to put some weight on it. That's a good sign right there.
Yeah.
Get that thing iced down. No need of putting it back in. Just ice it down.
And they can't afford to lose her.
Nope. Cannot. She is a very spirited player for them. Averages 8 rebounds, 8 points per game, and very active on the floor too, Coach. So even if she's not scoring, she's having an effect on the game.
If that's not real bad, as far as she's concerned, they won't put it in now, but she would probably want to go back in.
Probably so. And we have a timeout, a full timeout called here.
This side's full too.
By Baker. So as we said, it's going to be a sellout here tonight at Daniel Bumpers Gymnasium. So for Lily Faulkner, as they told me, health class, just rice, wrist, ice compression, and elevation.
Yeah.
When you need to know what's happening in Mobile County Public Schools, tune into Inside Education. It will give you an in-depth look at issues that affect your child right here on the MCPSS TV network. That's Inside Education. Right now, we're inside of Daniel Bumpers Gymnasium. We're literally not Coach Aaron now. We're at MCPSS with the Sports Central's studio having a good time, but all the action right there in the gym. This shot of our cameraman, Gary Arnold, right there with the wireless camera, AKA known as Bubba. And Coach Robert got a break. We didn't get to see it tonight, but a good friend of ours, young man I used to work with, I know you covered it, did his last sports cast tonight. Randy Patrick hangs it up for WKRG today.
What a great job he's done for
43
sports
years.
in this town.
Yeah.
When I came back the second time, Joe Godfrey, Mary Godfrey, Joe's brother, flew to Corpus. We flew back. We got in at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And guess at the airport, when we stepped off the plane, he was the first person we saw.
There's Randy Patrick.
Randy Patrick, 1 in the morning.
Wow.
He was always good to us in South Alabama.
Absolutely. Myself, I work with him. A lot of people on the crew has worked with him as well over the years. So I know we'll have some great things happening in the future. I sent him a note the other day. I said, I'm looking forward to seeing what your next move is going to be, brother.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
I know we will see or hear him somewhere else real soon.
You know,
MGM recaptured it. Oh, shot no good by Barton.
Yeah, it's nice to say I'm going to retire. Hey, you better have something to do. Sitting around all day and watching the rifleman gets old after a while.
the rifleman.
Oh, they got a station with all the gold.
Hey, you got me on that one, Coach.
Yeah. Oh, man. The rifleman. You know, Chuck Connors played.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Chuck Connors and the rifleman. I didn't think you were going to hit me. I was looking for that Matlock or Walker, Texas Ranger to come out your mouth, not the rifleman.
How about Paladin?
There you go.
You probably weren't even born yet.
Oh, wow.
Have a gun, we'll travel.
That was my pre-TV time. Foul on the play by Kilgore. That's going to send Madison Jenkins to the line. But you're right, Coach. In this day and age, with so much technology, so many things, so much activities, you know, retiring, you can still be busy and be retired.
That sounds real good for about 3 days. Because if you don't have something to do, somebody will find something for you to do around the house.
That is true. Oh, yeah. That honey-do list don't stop, does
yeah,
it?
I'm not going to mention any names, Nelda, but, you know, it is. And, you know, it gives you more time to be with the family and stuff, but it gets boring after a while.
There's Jenkins at the line.
That's why I love the classroom, too. It keeps me in basketball.
Keeps you active, too, yeah.
It does.
And in touch with, you know, Coach, if you stick around the young folks, that keeps you young.
It does. Whoever came up with that motto was dead on.
Back-to-back free throws right there by Jenkins and the Lady Vikings as they remain in control of this ball game at 54-28.
Right now, I have 24-8.
And that's
in
just
turnovers.
turnover. That's not a score, right? That's
No.
turnover. And there's another one right there.
But that's the difference in the game.
It really is. And I believe, Coach, this may be our first jump ball tie-up on the floor that the officials have actually called tonight.
They know they're on time now. They'll probably call a few more fouls.
We've had a few instances where we thought they were going to blow the whistle, but they let them play through.
Well, it's been, there's some good things that Coach Johnson can look at with her youth coming back. And, it's important. Haley Lindsay back. She's got some good kids coming back. They got to have a good summer. And also with Coach Bozarge, he's got a good group for right now. They got a chance to do some things in the playoffs.
Yeah, they have a decent chance here, especially in the area. We know, the top gun is Davidson, the Lady Warriors, as they are undefeated in area play. That's pretty much what you got to go through.
Charlie does a great job over there with the girls at Davidson.
Yes, he does.
Everybody thinks, well, all his girls are going to graduate. Guess what? He's got some coming. He's got a program built where they come up 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th. He's got a program. He doesn't have a team.
Right. That's something we talked about when McGill took on Baker early in the season, and Coach Carla Berry and Coach Murphy. It's a program at McGill. It's not a program. Not a team. It's a program year after year after year.
You have to have that if you're going to consistently win.
And that's what Coach Ship has over there at Davidson. Easy lay-in right there from Madison Jenkins off another turnover by Baker. And that has been the storyline for the Lady Hornets tonight, Coach. So at this rate, and I hope it doesn't turn out, they could have possibly more turnovers than points.
Yeah, well, and they just had one more that I didn't
Double
put
dribble.
down. So they're going to have, with 2.5 minutes to go, they're going to have close to 30 or a little bit more turnovers, which, as a coach, as a player, you don't want to take anything. Turnovers are the quickest way to get to the bench when I was coaching.
And speaking of the bench, right there at the scores table, I think we're going to get our first international sighting tonight, Coach Arrow. The young lady from Brazil, a foreign exchange student at Baker, may check in. Julia Dos Santos, number 24, as she comes into the ball game, a 5'9" 8th grader, another 8th grader.
Yeah, they just moved her up. I'm gonna talk with Coach Johnson and see if she's been recruiting overseas. Get some foreign players in.
Well, no, that's number 4. And Nyla King checking in. I thought that was 24. That's number 4. And Nyla King checking in.
Look who's up with the ankle.
Yeah, sure is. Lily Faulkner on the floor.
She's running on it. Good for her. Tough girl. Uh-oh.
She's trying to get in right there. Telling Coach Bosars, let me in, let me in.
There's nothing like toughness with kids now. Toughness is almost a skill in kids nowadays. There's some there's some kids that would be playing, and just what happened to her, they might be out a week.
Right. Lindsay inbounds it for Baker. No one was back home for MGM. It was Baker's inbound. Maybe they forgot for a second, but that is their goal on the other end. As Madison Jenkins takes the long walk of shame to go get the ball for the inbound.
Look like a Harlem Globetrotter.
Yeah. I thought they knew it. That was Baker's goal right there. Like, hello.
My mind went blank. Wait a minute, is that the other goal or which one?
Lead is 26. The ball was tipped, so not a backcourt violation against MGM as they go to recovery. So MGM in control, pretty much as Georgia was in control over TCU Monday night, and draining it right there. Madison Jenkins extends the lead to 28.
She's got a nice shot. She can shoot the ball. She doesn't need to force some of them, but she can shoot the ball.
Averages 3 points per game, and she hit her average with that 3 right there. But commits the foul. As the graphic says, up next, it will be the boys in action, MGM versus Baker, a game I'm looking forward to seeing because I've seen Baker here on the broadcast, and I've seen MGM live in person over the holiday as they were runner-ups in one of the brackets for the Gulf Coast Holiday Classic. So looking forward to seeing that ball game tonight, Coach Aaron.
Yeah, and they're rivals, which
Right.
adds to it even more, and it is a big game for their district.
Big area game, as I'm correct, both teams are undefeated in area play. So this ball game matters quite greatly as to who will get into the tournament and who will advance. Another three right there by Madison Jenkins. Nothing but nylon as she drains it.
Coach Osarge, he's happy. He's happy coach over there.
And you can see Faulkner. Come on, let me get in one more time, Coach. Ever persistent trying to get back to the action. And across the way, as you said, Coach Arrow, filling up inside of Daniel Bumper's gymnasium. Folks are there.
Do they interview people over there on the ESPN bunch? Do they interview
I'm too busy working with you, Coach. I'm not looking at them. That's going to wrap it up. 61-32, MGM was in control from the beginning to the end, but especially in the third quarter as they extended the lead on the Lady Hornets tonight to capture the victory and move to 7-6 with their record. Coach Matt Bosarge and the Lady Vikings. Well, that's one side of the Battle West Mobile, so the Lady Vikings can claim ownership right now.
And both of the teams scored 4, 5, 6 more points than their average.
Right.
Baker, was averaging, I think, 26. They got 32. And MGM was averaging 56, and they got 61.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back and bring you the boys in action. Don't move. We'll play some video and come back and bring you the boys up next. MGM and Baker headed your way. It'll be game 2 for the MCPSS high school basketball game of the week.
Mobile County Public Schools, the place that has it all. We have 90 schools that include rural, urban, and suburban schools of various sizes. We are also home to Alabama's first public school. We welcome you to come join our winning team. Our district is led by the 2020 Superintendent of the Year, Mr. Kressel D. Threadgill. Our teachers are leaders in their profession who are afforded numerous professional development opportunities. Our principals are collaborators and encouragers. Our schools are leading in innovation and instruction. And most importantly, our students who are learning today, leading tomorrow, are simply the best. If you want to live in a historically rich city near beautiful beaches with superb Southern hospitality, we invite you to come teach with the best, Team MCPSS.
Parents, if you have a child who will be 4 years of age on or before September 1st, 2023, then mark your calendar to register for the Mobile County Public Schools First Class Pre-K program. Online registration for the 2023-24 school year opens January 15th, so don't miss this opportunity. Log on to mcpss.com for more information and a complete listing of pre-K sites, screening, and selection info. First class pre-K registration, January 15th. Save the date.
Pre-K in the Mobile County Public School System started in 1988. So Just 4 started with maybe around 10 or 12 classrooms for 4-year-olds. But then we realized that there was a need throughout Mobile County. And not everyone had the ability to drive into Just 4. But trust me, people were trying to get to pre-K. It was a great program.
Just 4 is one of the only, because I think there may be 2 other centers that service only 4-year-olds. And the uniqueness of that is that we have the opportunity to focus solely on the social, emotional, and educational development of 4-year-olds. These things are so critical so that we can have them prepared for when they leave here and go on to kindergarten at various schools. We service kids from all over Mobile County Public Schools districts, so we're not zoned for any particular area, so we have the opportunity to deal with children from multiple districts within the county. We actually have 16 regular education classrooms, as well as 2 special education blended classrooms. And those classrooms the blended classrooms work to support our special education students, as well as provide the opportunity for our peer mentors or peer models to come in and serve as role models.
It's a crucial benefit for our kids. Most of our children have attended some type of daycare, but most of them have not attended a really structured type of setting, been in a classroom. So for our babies, it just gives them a leg up because they have a whole year of experiences in pre-K before they start kindergarten. You can tell the difference between our children who have had that year of experience in a pre-K program and those who have not. So you get to the kindergarten setting and you have typically either 3 different groups of children. You have children who've never been to school at all, not to daycare, not to school. Then you have the children who have been to daycare and then to pre-K, and then you have our babies who've been to pre-K and then entering kindergarten. And there's a huge difference in those children. Those babies who have that pre-K experience, again, it's such a structured play is what it is. You know, they think that everything they do in that classroom is fun and is play, but it's very thought out, very well planned. And those kids with that experience, you know, they've had time with computers, they've had time learning how to line up. They're just a whole year ahead of their peers who don't have that experience. So huge benefits for our children.
Having a free program of this caliber for your child to attend, I mean, why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? It's outstanding. All of the educators have early childhood teaching certificates. All of the auxiliary teachers in the classroom have early childhood background. Everybody attends professional development. We have 2 adults to 18 children. It's a phenomenal program.
The partnership is necessary because we've got to all work together. Whether you are a standalone facility, whether you are Head Start, Mobile County Public School System, that partnership is essential to our children, and that's what this is all about. It's about our children. It's about them having quality programs, because when they do well in pre-K, we know the data, we know what the studies show, that those students are more likely to graduate and graduate on time. And those students are also going to be more adjusted and ready to serve, ready to lead, and ready to learn.
Parents, if you have a child who will be 4 years of age on or before September 1st, 2023, then mark your calendar to register for the Mobile County Public Schools First Class Pre-K program. Online registration for the 2023-24 school year opens January 15th, so don't miss this opportunity. Log on to mcpss.com for more information and a complete listing of pre-K sites, screening, and selection info. First Class Pre-K registration, January 15th. Save the date.
Pre-K in the Mobile County Public School System started in 1988. So Just 4 started with maybe around 10 or 12 classrooms for 4-year-olds. But then we realized that there was a need throughout Mobile County. And not everyone had the ability to drive into Just 4. But trust me, people were trying to get to pre-K. It was a great program.
Just 4 is one of the only schools, I think there may be 2 other centers that service only 4-year-olds. And the uniqueness of that is that we have the opportunity to focus solely on the social, emotional, and educational development of 4-year-olds. These things are so critical so that we can have them prepared for when they leave here and go on to kindergarten at various schools. we service kids from all over Mobile County Public Schools districts, so we're not zoned for any particular area, so we have the opportunity to deal with children from multiple districts within the county. We actually have 16 regular education classrooms, as well as 2 special education blended classrooms. And those classrooms the blended classrooms work to support our special education students, as well as provide the opportunity for our peer mentors or peer models to come in and serve as role models.
It's a crucial benefit for our kids. Most of our children have attended some type of daycare, but most of them have not attended a really structured type of setting, been in a classroom. So for our babies, it just gives them a leg up because they have a whole year of experiences in pre-K before they start kindergarten. You can tell the difference between our children who have had that year of experience in a pre-K program and those who have not. So you get to the kindergarten setting and you have typically either 3 different groups of children. You have children who've never been to school at all, not to daycare, not to school. Then you have the children who have been to daycare and then to pre-K, and then you have our babies who've been to pre-K and then entering kindergarten. And there's a huge difference in those children. Those babies who have that pre-K experience, again, it's such a structured play is what it is. You know, they think that everything they do in that classroom is fun and is play, but it's very thought out, very well planned. And those kids with that experience, you know, they've had time with computers, they've had time learning how to line up. They're just a whole year ahead of their peers who don't have that experience. So huge benefits for our children.
Having a free program of this caliber for your child to attend, I mean, why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? It's outstanding. All of the educators have early childhood teaching certificates. All of the auxiliary teachers in the classroom have early childhood background. Everybody attends professional development. We have 2 adults to 18 children. It's a phenomenal program.
The partnership is necessary because we've got to all work together. Whether you are a standalone facility, whether you are Head Start, Mobile County Public School System, that partnership is essential to our children, and that's what this is all about. It's about our children. It's about them having quality programs, because when they do well in pre-K, we know the data, we know what the studies show, that those students are more likely to graduate and graduate on time. And those students are also going to be more adjusted and ready to serve, ready to lead, and ready to learn.
There's a lot to like about Mobile County Public Schools.
What I enjoy about Mobile County School is the extra attention my teachers give us to help us learn.
Teachers are liking their access to technology, and students are liking the quality of their education.
I like the technology that's been incorporated into my education.
And since 1826, you have trusted us to prepare your child for their future, and we like that. Mobile County Public Schools. We are learning today, leading tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Todd.
And I'm Terry, and we'd like to invite you to join us as we take a look at nature in ways that you've never seen before.
Come travel with us as we go coast to coast to uncover some of the most interesting animals.
And some of the most beautiful scenery that's offered outdoors.
You can join us on our nature adventures right here on the MCPSS TV network.
Part of the experience of going to the Mobile Museum of Art is that it's there for everyone.
Art is there to inspire, to give you other perspectives, and to make you think outside of yourself.
The museum offers a critical service to the culture of the community.
It's providing the opportunity to have eyes open. Part of the experience of going to the Mobile Museum of Art is that it's there for everyone.
Art is there to inspire, to give you other perspectives, and to make you think outside of yourself.
The museum offers a critical service to the culture of the community.
It's providing the opportunity to have eyes open.
Daniel Bumper's Gymnasium is packed for a big 7A Area 1 matchup. The MGM Vikings coming in with an 11-5 record and looking to make a big impact with an area win over their arch rival. Across the court, Baker wants to defend the Hornets' nest and stay undefeated in area play. Oh, I forgot to mention, it is the Battle of West Mobile, so the stakes are super high tonight. Get ready because here comes the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Al Whedon along with Coach Raniero. Coach, once again, we feature one of the top scorers in the nation, LeBaron Philon. He's now ranked number 3, but he's got some help this time when we see him tonight, Coach.
The Flowers young man that got well from his ankle injury from football, and I saw them play twice when he was playing. He takes so much off. You know, when Baker was going to have play, LeBaron was having to score 44 points for them to win. If he didn't score 40, that's a big undertaking. I got to score 44 points. Now he's averaging 36, which isn't that bad.
Which ain't bad.
And Flowers is coming in and taking a lot of scoring off of him.
And speaking of Flowers, he's going to get the start tonight along with Anderson Madian, Lavelle Nelson, Philon, and Charles Taylor. For MGM coming in, Jalen Gray, Eric Washington, LaShonda Harris, John Robinson, and DJ Broughton. And Coach, this is a matchup we've been looking forward to. We talked about it in the previous ball game. We've both seen MGM in person, seen Baker, and this isn't the old MGM team you may think of a couple years ago. These guys are ready to play tonight.
No, they're ready to play. There's basketball games, and then there's rival basketball games. This is big for this district. These two teams right here, the winner of these games now, you know, Coach was saying that this should be 3 games that they're going to be playing. This is just the first one. But this will go a long way to show who's boss.
And there's a look at area standings right now. MGM on top because they've only played 1 more area game than Baker. Both undefeated in area play, as you can see. With Baker 2-0 and Mir Montgomery 3-0. So that's why I said in my intro, the stakes are high tonight. Yes, it's the Battle of West Mobile, but you know, a loss right here could have an effect later on as to who's going to be the home team during tournament play.
No question. One stat that you need to remember, Baker's averaging 71 points a game, and MGM's averaging 53 points per game. So it's there's gonna be something there one way or the other if they make their average, if they don't. When you have a person averaging 36 points a game, you're gonna be averaging a lot of points.
So Coach, something is gonna have to give. The rubber's gonna have to meet the road here for the ball game. So we're close to tip off here between MGM and Baker. Been looking forward to this one. I saw it on the calendar. I hadn't slipped it out, but I put it out there on social media last night. If you're not in the building, you need to be watching us tonight.
There's no question. And what a pretty picture looking at the crowd in Mobile, Alabama for high school basketball.
I agree with you. Right here about to tip it off, Eric Washington and Anderson Madian for the Hornets. Baker wins the tip.
And they're off.
A turnover early on the ball game there to Baker, and it's out on MGM, so it's going to be Baker's basketball going the other way. Good shot right there of Josh Flowers, who's also the quarterback for the Baker Hornets as well.
He brings so much to the team, and Coach Armstrong said he is their best defensive player. He can score, he can guard, he can do all the things to help LeBaron out and the team out.
Hornets moving the ball around. Nelson back to Philon. Magian comes off of the screen he was setting up. He gets it high at the top of the key. Back to Fallon once again. Fallon's going to launch a three. Rims out. Nice rebound. Rebound by Magian. Fights down low. Gets his own rebound. Misses the shot and is going to be out on Baker. So it'll be MGM's basketball. But good hustle right there down low by the big fella who checks in at 6'7". For the Baker Hornets. Only a junior, just like Fallon as well.
He's going to be a really good player. He's just got to get more physical and stay physical.
I agree. But I was glad to see some of that physicality. That's something he did not demonstrate last year as a sophomore. So you can see how his game has grown as he has grown in age as well.
Washington from MGM has given up 2 or 3 inches. They list him at 6'5". He's probably 6'5", 6'4 and a half. So he's given up a couple inches there.
They're going to call the foul right there on Fallon, who gave the bump to Jalen Gray. First foul on Fallon and first team foul against the Hornets.
This is going to be a lot of quickness on this court. Don't be surprised if both teams from the very start pressing each other with full court, whether it's man-to-man or whether it's zone press.
Charles Taylor all up on LaShonda Harris. Harris kicks it out to DJ Broughton, and Broughton knocks it out. So turnover on the play, Baker basketball.
Everybody was a turnover, but everybody was in the right position. It just went through his hands. It wasn't that he threw it to open air.
Charles Taylor running point this time. Ball is kicked by one of the Vikings. So it'll be Baker's ball on the side out on the far side of the court. Shot right there, junior. Baron Fallon, third leading scorer in the nation, leading scorer in the state of Alabama, for sure.
And the last time I looked, they were ranked, Baker was ranked 10th in the state.
And since we've had them on, they went up to Huntsville and played in a big ball game up there, the Holiday Classic. Count the basket for Fallon as he is fouled on the play. See who they're going to call that one on.
You know, he's a great player, Al. There's no question about it. But look at these stats: 36 points, but he's hitting 52% from the floor by shots like that, getting all the way to the hole. On his threes, he's 37%, which is a great stat. And he's getting 6 rebounds a game. Total player.
High percentage shots he's making.
I saw the other day where he's still listed as a 4-star.
That'll change soon, Coach. That'll change soon. But in this day and age, you know, talent is talent. We don't worry about the stars because you know the kid's got a lot of offers. I think he's narrowed it down to 6 schools so far right now.
I saw where 2 of them were in my home state, Texas.
2 of them, yeah. So he's narrowed it down to 6 schools as a junior. So decision time hadn't occurred yet.
You know, when I went to the game, Coach Pearl Bruce was at the game watching, and he just came out and said, legit, it'll probably be between us and Alabama.
Yeah, those are 2 of the schools that are part of that 6. Ball over the foul line right here.
Coach Oates might be in trouble. Well, Coach Pearl, both of them in some articles have been mentioned for the Texas job.
Yeah. Flowers with the ball. Goes behind his back, drives in.
Left-handed, very nice.
Left-handed, puts it in. Nice shot right there by Josh Flowers. Baker on top, 5-0 over MGM, putting a little press on them. As they're trying to get it across the timeline. Fallon steals it. And he's going to drive to the hole and scores. And once again, and 1 coming up for the young man. Right now he has 5 points on the ball game.
You know, those turnovers, they've turned the ball over twice now, and they scored on both of them.
It's another free throw.
That is how they're averaging 71 points a game.
Fallon has 6 of the 8 points for the Hornets. And look at that press, that defense, double teaming. Nice shot right from the elbow. Zion Hunter here checked in.
Oh, that's got to be a foul.
That's going to be a foul, I believe, against Flowers right there. The correction, they're going to call it on on Mayor Montgomery, on Zion Hunter. That's his first foul. I thought it was going against Baker, but no, against MGM.
Charles Taylor bring the ball down the court. He adds a lot of quickness to their team also. He was hurt the first time that we played him also, or that we did the game.
Down low, Anderson Magin.
And you know what? He has gotten better and better because he's gotten more physical every time we've seen him play. If he gets physical, when he gets physical, he's going to be a heck of a player. He came to our classroom 3 or 4 times with the elite group that we have.
We got foul called on Gray. No, correction on Eric Washington. Magin makes both of them.
He's a 67% free throw shooter. He goes there and another turnover.
Hornets up 10, another turnover. MGM kind of coming out tight here, Coach Arrow.
Yeah.
Not very loose. Here's a 3 from LeBaron Fallon.
And another
sinks
foul.
it, and he's going to go back to the line. This could be a 4-point play, Coach Arrow.
That's 3 times he's scored.
Every time he scored, he's
on a
been
free
fouled.
throw.
That's right. He has definitely drawn the action. And Coach Robertus Kimball is going to call a timeout before the free throw. He definitely wants to talk to his team as LeBaron Fallon is hit a 2 and foul, hit a 2 and foul, now hit a 3 and foul.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, they've gotten off to a bad start. The turnovers, you know, you turn it over, but if you turn it over, you got to get back and not let the other team score. They've scored every time, and if I'm not mistaken, at least 2 of the 3, maybe all 3 of them were 3-point.
And this is a team you don't want to get down to because they can really open it up on you. Down 13 points, a shot right there. That's Coach David Armstrong. 143 and 59 is his overall career record. And this is the school he went to high school to as well, yeah. Baker High School. He's a Baker graduate himself.
These are very, very experienced teams coming in here. Baker has 4 returning starters back, and MGM has 3 starters back, and the 2 coaches. These aren't rookies.
Oh,
these
no.
2 coaches have been Coach of the Year twice each.
Right.
So this game is very experienced.
Very evenly matched as well. Fallon back at the line. He is 3 for 3 so far from the free throw line.
I think he's 3 for 4 or 4 for 5 from the
field.
floor, yeah. What stats he has. And when I say on with LeBaron, he's shooting 37% from the threes, that's not like he's taken like 10 of them. He's taken 163s and made 59.
He just picked up his 2nd foul. Coach Armstrong can't believe it. Quite demonstrative in his reaction to that foul call by LeBaron McClendon. Fallon has 2 fouls and 10 points. You got to lay off a bit. They're going to catch Anderson Magin for a foul right there down low.
That was the first time that they went to a 1-3-1 zone, trapping in the corners, putting more pressure on them.
Robinson inbounds the ball. Zion Hill throws it away, but that's a backcourt violation. And Fallon was ready to pounce on it and drive in, but Baker's going to get the ball regardless. Quite interesting, Coach. If you would have told me MGM was going to be down 14-0, I would have said, no, you got to be lying.
There's not a person. There's not a person in those stands would have believed that.
14-0 here, and we're halfway through the first quarter. Stephen Newhouse, LeBaron McClendon, and Todd Saward, our officials for this game. They also officiated the girls' game as well.
Yeah, they're probably a little tired themselves. Nice hesitation, find the open person.
And he finds Josh Flowers. Flowers' shot is short. Couldn't get enough leg on him and extended up. It died out like a flailing duck. from the elbow, hands off. John Robinson, pass stolen. Charles Taylor, fast break points, easy. That's 16-0 the score. Your eyes are not deceiving you. It's Friday the 13th, but the Vikings down 16 points here in the first quarter. LaShonda Horace drives in. His shot no good. Nice putback right there by Eric Washington to get MGM on the board.
They've got to start getting Eric, and Eric's got to become active. He's got to score for them, especially inside to outside. He's got to score for them.
Foul call right there on LaShonda Horace.
We're going to see. We're going to see real quick, Al, what MGM's made of. They're down. We're going to see what they're made of. If they can get some stops, get some good shots, and cut this thing to 6, 7, 8 points, and then go from there. Start the game over again. They're probably in shell shock too. They got to get out of that.
Also, look at this, Coach. There's a shot of Rhett Ford who was checked into the ball game. MGM is one foul away from putting Baker into the bonus. We haven't even hit the second quarter yet.
Right.
So think about that coming up.
And Rhett Ford is the son of Wade Ford, who puts all this together for us. One of the ones that puts all this together.
Our director upstairs. Fallon fouled on the play by Zion Hunter. I have Hunter with 2. And who's back at the line again? LeBaron Fallon.
I tell you what, David is I hate to play him in poker because I think I'd have LeBaron out right now with this lead and with 2 fouls.
With 2 fouls, right?
Yeah, I'd have him out of the game right now. But, you know, that's me.
Checking back in, John Robinson. So Hunter's going to sit down with his 2 fouls. It might be the kiss of death, but so far, Fallon perfect from the line. And remains that way.
Here he comes up. Good call. Charles Taylor checks in for him.
I have Fallon with 12 points so far here in the first quarter, so he's accounted for more than half of the Baker's offensive output. No surprise there, averaging 36 points. Little step back 3. Rims out for Jeremiah Bolton. And they're going to say it is MGM's ball. Flowers almost went for it, but he let it go on out.
You know, it's almost like MGM now is trying to get back, get some energy going, get some energy flowing. Nice move. Nice move. They got to get the ball
Washington
to Washington.
Over Derek Florence right there, who checked in as well for Baker. Washington, very athletic player, got a chance to see him a few times during the Gulf Coast Holiday Classic. Another foul committed by MGM. That's the 7th foul. Horace picks up his 2nd, so that places Baker in the bonus. They'll go to the line shooting 1-1. And we have 2:14 remaining in the first quarter, Coach Al.
Yeah, and again, we're going to see what MGM's made of. No one thought that they would get off to this bad a start, but the problem is they did. Now we're going to see the character.
Taylor misses. That's the first miss from the charity strike for the Hornets tonight. Ford with the ball, passes it back. Nice bucket. No, did not drop. And it's an offensive foul going the other way.
Jeremiah Bolton got his own rebound.
On Jeremiah Bolton, Coach Arrow.
Yeah. That's a shame because he was having good effort and then come up with a foul. But at least they're showing some energy now. You know, they get a couple quick steals and layups and get that mind flowing back positive. We'll have a game.
Some type of way I'm off. I thought that was the 8th team foul, but they have it in the gym as the 19th foul, stolen by MGM and laid in by John Robinson. MGM trying to come to life here. Fallon sitting on the bench with 2 fouls.
Nice
crossover. Deshaun Beverly looking for the open man. Finds Josh Flowers. Flowers shot high off the glass, but followed up by Derek Florence.
Yeah. He was active from the very start. He started out as a free throw line. Nice drive.
Back to the hole again for Robinson. And that ball thrown away by Baker. So MGM trying to get it cranked up, down 12 points with 63 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Down 12 right now is good. Now, if they can score here, down 10, get a couple stops. You know, everybody thinks when you get down, we got to score. Well, you do, but you also got to stop. ESPN's active over there.
Oh, they're quite active, Coach Harold. That entire hooligan section is up. They had it marked off earlier. This is for the hooligans.
That's great. I love that.
Penetration dished off down low to DJ Barton. Troy Flowers with the assist. And as you said, Coach Eric, cut it to 10. Got a little pressure right here.
Just keep your cool. Don't reach. Don't get any crazy foul. Just play solid defense. Get a couple stops. And go down and score.
Flowers, the only starter on the floor for the Hornets. This shot blocked. MGM can cut it to single digits with a bucket right here. Under 30 seconds. Red Ford takes a long three. And it drops in for Ford.
Was that Wade that was beating on the wall?
That was Wade, and the lead is 7. Florence's shot is blocked. Look at MGM mounting a comeback here.
2 bad shots.
Jeremiah Bolton drives in, and he is fouled on the play as Coach Armstrong pulled all the starters except for Florence. Take a look at that replay right here.
But you know, both teams play a lot of kids. So if he pulls a whole team, that's sort of normal or what they do. It's not, you know, that they're all tired or anything. He plays a lot of both these teams.
And Coach Arrow goes with the first free throw attempts for MGM.
That's what happens when you get active. You usually don't get fouled by standing around. You get active and you get fouled.
Bolton is a 67% shooter from the line. There's the assassin, Jaden Campbell. Nice quick, fast break action as they bring the assassin in. Get a quick bucket. 22-14 is our score here in the first quarter as we wrap up first quarter action. You're watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ayla, hi.
Oh, hi, Sierra. How are you?
Good. How are things?
Things couldn't be better.
What do you mean?
Well, I just started this new job as a school teacher with the Mobile County Public Schools, and it has been a life changer. Great benefits, the hours are great, and great students. Just overall, it's a great opportunity.
Oh, wow, that sounds great. I'm going to look into that.
You should.
For more information, visit mcpss.com/job opportunities.
You've got questions? We got answers. mcpss.com. Whether it's attendance zones, school calendar, lunch menus, or registration information that you are looking for, you can find it right here, mcpss.com. You can also get the latest news and district-wide calendar information, and it's just a click away. So when you need to know, and you need to know right now, check us out, mcpss.com.
We welcome you back to the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Al Wheaton, Coach Ronnie Arrow. Time for second quarter action. Coach, you made a good observation. Since Fallon went to the bench, how many turnovers has Baker had?
3. And now it's 6 to 5 in turnovers. So they've caught up turnover-wise.
MGM trying to score quickly out of the break. They cannot do that. Long outlet pass to Jaden Campbell.
Nice finish.
And they're going to call that charge offensive foul.
You know what?
Waving off the basket.
They were very lucky. They had one guy back. They should have been having 3 or 4 just hauling down there to stop that, but my man got back, took the charge, stopped 2 points.
Bolton with the ball, works it back over to John Robinson. Robinson taking his time.
Nice crossover.
Yep. He faked out Josh Flowers. You talked about the defense that Coach Armstrong provided, but he faked and crossed over and went the other way.
You young players, that's what a crossover, a jab, and a crossover will do for you.
Ball knocked out of Campbell's hands by Troy Flowers. It'll remain Baker's basketball. On the floor we have Fallon, Taylor, Flowers, Campbell,
Eric Washington back into the game. He's got to start scoring for them.
And now checking in for Alex Threadgill. The Threadgill is going to remain. Flowers going to come out. Anderson Magian is going to be in the game. So Fylon's going to inbound it to the big fella. Fylon penetrates, takes a little hop step. No good on the bucket. And they're going to say it hit the baseline, so it's going to remain with Baker. Look at there. Fortunate bounce for the Hornets.
Yeah, it is. That's a shame. MGM had a lot of energy going for that rebound.
Right. Threadgill frees up. Taylor thought about the three, pops out. Threadgill penetrates. They're going to call him for the double dribble. It'll be a turnover to MGM. Down 8 points here. Could cut it to a 2-possession ball game with a bucket right here.
Yeah, Alex Threadgill just got into the game. He needs to take care of the ball when he's driving. He got a little loose with it. Nice
There's a step back, Harden three by Bolton, no good. They tried to collapse on Fylon, but realized we need to get back on defense. It was 3 of them on him, Coach Aaron. Like somebody's got to go home, man.
Is that called respect?
Yeah. Jaden Campbell penetrates, and he is, no, not fouled. They're just going to say it's a loose ball.
You know what? I think that's a good call. I think he got all ball.
Yep.
There's a lot of dramatics in that play with Jay Campbell, but I think that was a good call.
They're looking to get it to Fylon. He's going to just, not drain the three. It rimmed out.
Well, from our angle, I thought it was in.
I thought it was in. Ford with the rebound pushes it down for MGM. Little pull-up jumper by Bolton, no good. Campbell with the rebound. He has come in and brought a lot of energy. There he finally gets the foul as he drives. He's driven to the basket every time he's touched the ball. We're going to call that one on Broughton. That'll be his second. The senior known as the assassin when he plays football. And that places Baker in the double bonus. So for the next remainder of this quarter, Baker will be shooting from the line. That free throw missed.
Jay Campbell needs to, they need to make these free throws.
He's a 50% free throw shooter, so the odds would say he'll make the last one here as he misses the front end of the 2 shots. Look at Coach Kimball talking to Broughton.
Down there coaching.
Yep, he's got 2 fouls, the big fella, 6'4", and as I said, Campbell makes the second.
Stats don't lie.
They really tell the story, Coach, they really do. As we talk to these coaches, as we prepare and do our homework, and I tell them, I say, look, man, the stats that helps us tell the story for your team as we're calling the game. The numbers reflect a lot of what is going to happen and what could happen during the ball game. Nice 3 right there by Bolton, who shoots 35% from the 3 area. I believe that ball was thrown away by Taylor. He tried to get it over to Lavelle Nelson, and Nelson wasn't home, Coach.
It's down to 6 points, and the energy level now for MGM is from A to Z. I mean, it's
much
not
better.
even close. But that's what happens when you have energy. They came out dead. I mean, you can't say anything else about it. But character took over, and they fighting back.
Now, I will say getting foul on in the early foul trouble too, that kind of helped out a little bit too. Eric Washington with the little spin move.
Nice move.
And down low fighting in the paint. John Robinson, he's only 5'10", but he's making his presence known as Magian picks up his second foul.
Tell you what, Eric Washington was what made that go, because he tipped it a couple of times with his thickness in size and his long arms. That was
a missile shot there, Coach Ryan.
That wasn't real good looking there.
He used the arm and kind of heaved that one. Now put some arc on it, young man. Come on.
Concentrate.
This could cut it to a 5-point lead. Misses both of them.
It's tough. And get back, get a stop.
Vikings 1 for 4 from the charity stripe. Five-line shot does not drop.
Oh.
And someone fouled. Florence brought down the rebound, and Troy Flowers stuck his hand in there. And that means Florence will go to the line shooting 2, a 50% free throw shooter. And as we said, Baker in the double bonus the rest of the first half here. 9 for 11, so Hornets only missed 2 free throws so far, Coach Errol.
Yeah, they're doing a good job on making their free throws, and MGM, till we get the stats, are not making their free throws as good as Baker is, and then he misses.
Florence kind of heaved that one up there. The second one, not good form there.
1-3-1, they're back to their 1-3-1. They'll trap in the corners.
Bolton, he just dribbles all around it. He said, I'm going to drive, and I'm going to penetrate and get fouled. You know, call that on Derek Florence. Should be his first. 17 fouls. So now, MGM in the bonus, but it'll be 2 shots coming up right here for Jeremiah Bolton.
He's a 67% free throw shooter. He needs to make these.
Gets the first one.
You know, when I say he needs to make it, I'm not pulling for one team. I just like to see both teams do good.
Second one rims out. Rebound by MGM, but they lose it. Michael Johnson tried to force it down there to Threadgill, but he forgot. John Robinson was in the way. That's a 3, no good.
Hey, what, John Robinson is getting his hands on a lot of rebounds.
Yes, sir, he is. Fowler trying to calm him down, set up the offense here for the Hornets. Looking for that high screen.
Kick off there, good help. That's guarded really well.
A little 10-foot jumper from foul line is good. We talked about him earlier, Eric Washington.
He's got to score.
Nice turnaround, but cannot finish.
Sort of shot putted that one. There wasn't a nice flow to
Correct.
that shot.
We're going to call offensive foul right there against Baker.
If MGM is going to have a chance for winning this game, Washington's going to have to score. He's going to have to at least he's averaging 12 points a game, shooting 55% from the floor. He's got to get 12 or 18 or somewhere like that with a good percentage.
Bill Nelson charged with that last foul for Baker. Shot no good for MGM.
That's a chip shot. He's not supposed to miss that.
Threadgill with the rebound. Approaching 3 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Here comes the knockoff again.
8-point lead for the Hornets. Fowler's 3 is no good.
I don't know about that shot.
From the elbow, no good for Bolton as well. Another rebound for Alex Threadgill, who averages 4.5 rebounds a game. As the Hornets working it over to Michael Johnson. Johnson going to go down and do a little dipsy-do. Does not fall. 2-on-1 opportunity here. But Shondae Harris drives in and scores.
Finish. Nice pass by Zion Hunter.
And look at the quick outlet to LeBaron Fallon, who puts up 2 right quick.
You know, the difference in this game right now, having a stud on your team. When you need a bucket, when you need to keep your lead, the ball goes to LeBaron. Makes life a lot easier, but the rest of the team chimes in too. It's not all him.
Harris launches the 3. Rims out, nice putback, but does not fall. And who on the rebound once again? Alex Threadgill. That's the superintendent's son, and he's superintending the glass this evening, Coach.
He can do that. He's a fine athlete.
Tries to set the screen, but rolls off. Flowers back in the ball game with foul line. Zion Hill out there with 2 fouls. And look at the easy lay-in by Fallon as he extends.
There was no back rotation to stop him from getting, you know, if he gets by, you can't just let him get all the way to the hole. You got to back rotate and come up and challenge him.
Foul with the steal. Look for him to possibly shoot that three. Instead, he dribbles down low, hangs, and is fouled on the play.
That's why he's shooting 52% from the floor, because he gets to the hole a lot. When you get to the hole a lot, those are very, very good percentage shots. It helps your average come up.
He got Jalen Gray to hang in the air and got the contact, so picks up the foul. Foul on a shoot 2. Lead is 10 here for Baker. As he misses his first free throw tonight.
I think that's a rarity with him missing a free throw.
He's an 84% free throw shooter, so he's pretty much money from the line.
If you go straight across the board, it shows no weakness. He also gets 4 assists a game, 6 rebounds. His shooting percentage is great. That's why everybody in the country wants him.
Minute 41 remaining. Foul line hits the second one.
He will make somebody in college a better coach.
I have the Hornets 10 for 13 from the charity stripe here in the first half. MGM only has 5 free throw attempts. Nice action down low. Eric Washington, easy bucket for the Vikings.
He's got to come alive. He's got to score.
Lead is 9.
Nice pressure on the ball.
Alex Threadgill in the paint, kicks it out to Josh Flowers. Flowers trapped in the corner, but he does escape. And Threadgill puts it back in. Count the basket for the senior. And they're going to call a foul against Rhett Ford. Ford's first foul. Look at Threadgill working down low, kicks it out, and they're going to get it back over to him.
Give Baker credit that every time MGM makes a run, 4 points, 6 points, then Baker comes back with a score or 2. And it's not just LeBaron doing it, it's others also.
Threadgill completes the 3-point play as we are under 1 minute remaining in the ball game. Lead blossoms back up to 12, Coach Arrow.
Yeah. Both bunches now need to do what they do both good now. Again, Baker right now is in a 1-3, one it looks like zone. Looks like they're going to trap at the wings and the corner. Before, they were just trapping in the corners. Now it looks like they're trapping in the wings also.
Deshaun Beverly fouls LaShawn Horace, who shoots 67% from the free throw line. The closest the lead has been was 6 points for the Vikings. They can't break it within 6. Nice putback right there by Robinson.
.39 seconds left to go, 34-24 left in the half. Let's see if they try and go for a last shot. Good switch, man-to-man coverage.
Nice move by David Armstrong. Has Phylon on the bench right now with those 2 fouls. No need to pick up a third one.
That's a great move.
Jaden Campbell shoots it over to Josh Flowers. I don't think Flowers has hit a bucket tonight, Coach Arrow. He's been active, but he hasn't gotten one to drop. Ball thrown away by MGM. And checking in right quick with 9.8 seconds. Phylon comes in to probably put the dagger in right here before the half.
Who do you think is going to take the last second shot?
I think it's going to be LeBaron Phylon, Coach. No doubt about it.
Smart man.
No doubt about it. They may try to deny, but he's going to have the rock and he's going to have the ball.
See if they pick for him to get open, or he's just they were coming.
Gives it up. Oh, he does get it up. Taylor's shot is off, so the lead is 10 at the half. Baker on top, 34-24. Interesting first half.
And they're lucky it's only 10.
Yeah.
You know, they showed character to come back. Good for them. Baker has held the lead. I think they were up, 18 or 19 to nothing, or somewhere in there. And the bottom line is they came back.
All right, we'll come back and take a look at some first half statistics and we'll bring you halftime here for the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
There's a lot to like about Mobile County Public Schools.
What I enjoy about Mobile County School is the extra attention my teachers give us to help us learn.
Teachers are liking their access to technology, and students are liking the quality of their education.
I like the technology that's been incorporated into my education.
And since 1826, you have trusted us to prepare your child for their future, and we like that. Mobile County Public Schools. We are learning today, leading tomorrow.
High school students, are you looking for a way to become a better leader? Then the Junior Officers Training Corps may be what you're seeking. If you would like to develop self-reliance, learn ways to be more responsible, and improve your communication skills, you can do that and more when you register for the Junior Officers Training Corps. The JROTC program is available to all high school students in Mobile County. JROTC, we build a better you.
You're watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. The action comes to you from Daniel Bumper's Gymnasium on the campus of Baker High School. We're inside the MCPSS Sports Central Studios. Al Wheaton and Coach Ronnie Arrow. Interesting first half, Coach Arrow. Here's a look at the statistics. As you can see right there, field goals almost close, 11 for 19, 11 for 15.
There's a difference in the game free throws.
10 for 15. I have Baker at 11 for 14 myself. So that definitely makes a big difference.
That's important. Also, the three-pointers, not many three-pointers. Probably the three-pointers for Baker.
And the one I have is the one that LeBaron Fowler, and I have Fowler right now unofficially with 19 points, one three-pointer. He did put up a few threes.
He did.
But weren't successful, and pretty much he was only missed one free throw from the line.
And most of those three-pointers, a lot of times they could have been four-pointers. That first one, you know, with the free throws and everything. But you know, when he went out is when MGM, and I'm not taking anything away from MGM. When he went out, that's when they started catching up.
And that's something I was going to ask you about, the resiliency of Coach Kimball and his team. He's no rookie in the game. He's been coaching a while. But for them to calm down, because they came out flat, Coach. They were down 14, 15 points. And Fowler picking up that second foul that allowed them to, MGM kind of get things back together.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And also, when LeBaron went out, when Fowler went out, they also had 3 straight turnovers.
Correct.
So not just him scoring, him handling the ball, making decisions with the ball. So, and then the other one, Flowers, isn't scoring that much, but he's handling the ball good, and he hasn't turned the ball over that much.
Flowers averages 8.8 points a game, but I don't see him making any buckets so far, so he's got to turn it up for the Hornets coming up in the second half. We're going to take a break and come back and bring you more action. It's halftime. Baker's on top, 34-24.
Parents, if you have a child who will be 4 years of age on or before September 1st, 2023, then mark your calendar to register for the Mobile County Public Schools First Class Pre-K program. Online registration for the 2023-24 school year opens January 15th, so don't miss this opportunity. Log on to mcpss.com for more information and a complete listing of pre-K sites, screening, and selection info. First Class Pre-K registration, January 15th. Save the date.
Pre-K in the Mobile County Public School System started in 1988. So Just 4 started with maybe around 10 or 12 classrooms for 4-year-olds. But then we realized that there was a need throughout Mobile County. And not everyone had the ability to drive into Just 4. But trust me, people were trying to get to pre-K. It was a great program.
Just 4 is one of the only, because I think there may be 2 other centers that service only 4-year-olds. And the uniqueness of that is that we have the opportunity to focus solely on the social, emotional, and educational development of 4-year-olds. These things are so critical so that we can have them prepared for when they leave here and go on to kindergarten at various schools. We service kids from all over Mobile County Public Schools districts, so we're not zoned for any particular area, so we have the opportunity to deal with children from multiple districts within the county. We actually have 16 regular education classrooms, as well as 2 special education blended classrooms. And those classrooms the blended classrooms work to support our special education students, as well as provide the opportunity for our peer mentors or peer models to come in and serve as role models.
It's a crucial benefit for our kids. Most of our children have attended some type of daycare, but most of them have not attended a really structured type of setting, been in a classroom. So for our babies, it just gives them a leg up because they have a whole year of experiences in pre-K before they start kindergarten. You can tell the difference between our children who have had that year of experience in a pre-K program and those who have not. So you get to the kindergarten setting and you have typically either 3 different groups of children. You have children who've never been to school at all, not to daycare, not to school. Then you have the children who've been to daycare and then to pre-K, and then you have our babies who've been to pre-K and then entering kindergarten. And there's a huge difference in those children. Those babies who have that pre-K experience, again, it's such a structured play is what it is. You know, they think that everything they do in that classroom is fun and is play, but it's very thought out, very well planned. And those kids with that experience, you know, they've had time with computers, they've had time learning how to line up. They're just a whole year ahead of their peers who don't have that experience. So huge benefits for our children. Having a free program of this caliber for your child to attend, I mean, why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? It's outstanding. All of the educators have early childhood teaching certificates. All of the auxiliary teachers in the classroom have early childhood background. Everybody attends professional development. We have 2 adults to 18 children. It's a phenomenal program.
The partnership is necessary because we've got to all work together. Whether you are a standalone facility, whether you are Head Start, Mobile County Public School System, that partnership is essential to our children, and that's what this is all about. It's about our children. It's about them having quality programs, because when they do well in pre-K, we know the data, we know what the studies show, that those students are more likely to graduate and graduate on time. And those students are also going to be more adjusted and ready to serve, ready to lead, and ready to learn.
And there's a look at the MCPSS First Class Pre-K program where we're learning today and leading tomorrow. Leading right now, Baker's on top 34 to 24. We're going to take a quick break, come back and bring you the second half of the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
This is a program for any middle school student who's actually behind. This opportunity offers kids a chance to do 2 grades in 1 year.
If it wasn't for Star Academy, I would still be in 8th grade and probably still struggling.
We are one-on-one. We have small classrooms, and we're able to give students that personal touch, that personal attention.
I know I'm coming to see good teachers, good attitude, and also they're here to teach us what we need to learn.
If you look at the numbers, Mobile County Public Schools is making great strides. With more than 53,000 students, 7,000 employees, and 90 schools, we are consistently increasing our 4-year graduation rate and our first-class pre-K program. We continue to strive for national recognition and continue to prepare our students for the global workforce. And we do all of this with one goal in mind, to equip and empower college and career-ready graduates. Mobile County Public Schools. We're learning today, leading tomorrow.
We welcome you back to the Battle of West Mobile. Earlier tonight, the Lady Vikings of MGM. They won their ball game, and right now Baker's leading to see if they're going to capture the title of champs of West Mobile. Currently, MGM is 3-0 in area play. Baker's 2-0 in area play. So there's a lot riding on this ball game tonight, Coach Aaron.
Start of the second half in any game can win or lose you the game. No matter what you did the first half, you go in and talk about it and make your errors known and then fix them and then come out the second half. But right now, this is going to be important for both teams. Who's going to come out with getting it done offensively and defensively?
Quick foul right there on the play. Called against Anderson Magin of Baker. And that's Magin's third foul, Coach Errol.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him also. He's been really active tonight, and he brings length to it.
Sure does. Florence defends
Nice
down
move.
low.
Eric Washington comes through. He's got to score. Wish he'd post a little bit higher. He was really low then.
He's a 6'5" junior for the Vikings. The Baron Fallon
Nice
drives
steal.
in. He's going to take it,
Nice
forces
steal.
it in, does not bounce through the cylinder. But Baker fortunate to get that loose ball rebound. There's a long three for Josh Flowers. I don't believe he is connected yet. He's trying to find his shot tonight, Coach.
Yeah, he might be forcing a little bit, too much. Full house, but he's got to get into the flow of the game. Look, he's an athlete. He plays football. He knows what athletics all about, but he can't be pushing what's not there.
There's the outlet to Flowers. Maybe he can drive in and score, and scores, and count the basket and one coming up for Josh Flowers. That foul on John Robinson, his first for MGM. Look at the replay right there.
Took it to the hole strong and finished.
Flowers cannot make the free throw.
We come out 1-2-2 full court press.
That's
Nice
a
shot.
three from Jeremiah Bolton, who drained it from the Sims nursery. Man.
I think Coach Rovercus wanted them to press after that one. They got out of the press.
And
Nice
Fallon lays it in.
What a
easy.
hesitation.
Uh-huh.
What a hesitation move. All you young kids, there's the hesitation move for you.
And notice Fallon is taking off the T-shirt, Coach Arrow, under his
Oh.
jersey.
Eric's, yeah.
So
Eric's,
he's known for making a halftime adjustment. I've seen him play one half with a pair of shoes and come out in the second half with another pair of shoes on.
Boy, he had one pair of shoes on. Look, we talked about that when we had it. It looked like rainbow.
Fallon with the ball.
Tough shot.
The
Nice
turnaround jumper just outside of the elbow as he drains another one. 2 for 2 here in the third
come back.
quarter, the second half of the ball game. We've been talking about Robinson all night tonight, who got the start. As Shondae Horace drives
Nice
in, he
move.
sat out last year, the only senior on the team. He was the Crichton Optimist Club Player of the Week this past week, as a matter of fact. But playing right now, Charles Taylor delivers an easy layup for Baker. And for a second, we were off to the races there, Coach Arrow.
Yeah, both teams are pushing the ball now. Both teams is going to be very important. They got to get back on defense. They can't be wondering what's going on after they either score or the other team gets the ball. They got to get back and stop layups or easy shots.
Second foul by Derek Florence. First free throw is off by DJ Broughton.
You got to come back on that second free throw. Do whatever you do, dribble it once, twice, whatever. Come up and look at that thing right in the eyes and make that thing.
Broughton, 57% free throw shooter. Misses them both.
Boy, that's tough when you're trying to catch up and miss 2 free throws. 42-33. 5:19 to go in the
Another
third
three
quarter.
from Josh Flowers, and he drains it, gets his first bucket. I know that'll kind of get the cobwebs off a little
Every
bit.
time MGM makes a run, Baker comes back and nullifies it.
Yep, comes back and answers. Sure does. There's Washington down low.
Nice spin move, nice shot.
6'5" junior spins and drops it in. As you said, he's got to get active tonight.
If I'm not mistaken, he just made his 12-point average, so everything else is extra for the team.
It's all gravy now.
Yeah.
But they need that gravy tonight. Down 10 points. Josh Flowers, another three. He's feeling it. The cylinder didn't feel that one. It bounced out.
Yeah, that, you know, I don't know about that shot.
That was a little hesitation from Jeremiah Bolton. I think he may have heard you channeling your thoughts to Daniel Bumper's gymnasium as the Barron foul line kind of demonstrates that hesitation move. Pick up the foul for Josh Flowers.
I like the energy from Eric Washington. He's really getting into it now. You know, that's what happens. You play hard, and he's taking them out now. I think he does need a rest. He's done real good. I doubt if he'll be out very long.
First one was made, and the second does not fall for Bolton.
That's three out of the 4 free throws missed, the last free throws.
Fouling in the paint, just kind of crosses over.
Tough. A
little delayed Euro step there.
Tough forward.
Nice way for Flowers to lay off and not commit the foul. Nice way.
Ryan Hunter takes it in for a layup, and now both teams are running.
Eric Gill was fouled on the play as he drove in for the easy lay-in.
Alex Treadgill is going to the free throw line. He's become active. He's a great athlete. You know, he keeps going to the boards, taking the ball to the hole. He's going to have a good night.
Eric Gill shoots 41% from the line. And Broughton picked up his third foul right there.
And back in is Eric Washington.
Eric Gill drops both of them in.
Give a shout out to Coach Riley and the Jags. Nice win last night over James Madison.
I saw the highlights of that. They had to kind of squeak it out at the end there.
Yeah.
High off the glass. Robinson shot no good. Washington tries to put it back in, but tipped in by Hale. Here comes the defense. Full court press here.
Press.
Baker appears to have broken it. Yep.
47-40. Now you get a couple stops, they're right back in it.
Look at Charles Taylor putting on a dribbling clinic. Can he complete it? And does. Hits the 14-footer just inside of the charity stripe. The young man drops in the dagger right there, puts the lead back to 9.
And number 11, John Robinson, comes in with a one-hand layup.
Quick 30-second timeout called by Robertus Kimball. He says, I feel we're getting close, but let's discuss it. How can we get closer? Down 7 here with 3 minutes to play in the third.
You know, in the return match to MGM, they were looking to have the game at another place where they could get more people in.
Right.
And I don't know if they're going to be successful doing that, but hopefully they can. Boy, wouldn't you like to see a game at one of the colleges?
Yep. There's a shot of Coach Kimball right there. He went to LaFleur High School, went to Faulkner Community College, University of Mobile as well. Ask him what's his favorite food. He's kind of like me. He likes seafood, shrimp, snow crab, but hey.
Great guy.
Nothing like that.
Great guy, good
really
coach.
Is.
Yeah.
Really is.
Heck of a player.
All right, MGM down 7. The closest they have gotten it has been 6 tonight as they started off in the hole earlier in this ball game, down 15 to 16 points. They kind of mounted a comeback. Little quick shot thrown up there by Baker, no good. That 3 rims out for Lavelle Nelson. LaShonda Horace with it, working it down low is something you said. Get the ball to Washington and let him do some work down low.
When you have a big fella like that down, it's hard to guard from behind. They're going to just push you down and use you. Need to either front or 3/4.
Josh Flowers giving up 3 inches to Eric Washington, picks up his second foul. Robinson trying to inbound the ball. Got some trees in front of him. Look at Horace working it off the glass. The young man gets it. He's the only senior on the team, Coach Errol.
They're not turning the ball over, and they're really hitting the boards. They're kicking Baker on the boards pretty good right now.
The lead is 5. This is the closest MGM has been
Nice
all night.
help.
Kick out the
That's
Taylor.
great
It
help.
rims out. Look at Fowler fighting it. They give it back to him.
Horace did a great job of getting back and filling the lane where they couldn't get all the way to the hole.
Fowler looking for a shot. You can see him sizing it up. The turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound by John Robinson. Oh, he loses it. Back to Baker. Fowler cleans it up and gets the easy 2. And there's the quick timeout. David Armstrong says, I need to talk to you guys.
Philo was already going down the court.
Sure
and
was.
he came back,
He
hit the
reversed
rebound, put it back in.
Don't forget, Monday, mark that calendar, mark it right now. Monday is MLK Day, so all schools and offices will be closed January 16th. So Mobile County Public School System offices and schools are closed in honor of MLK Day this Monday. As we said in the previous ball game, I'm off work, Coach, but I will be working out at Bishop State. Got to do a PA for a tournament. So,
Did you grow up in Mobile?
I am a homegrown tomato right here from Mobile.
So
Coach
you got out for Mardi Gras.
Not like the children do nowadays. I got the one day.
In Houston, I never heard of that. If I'd have known, I'd have moved down to
man,
Mobile,
you've been missing
so I
out.
could have got the holiday Mardi Gras.
They rack up now. They get like 5 days, and but yeah, I grew up here, so I know all about it. And Mardi Gras just around the corner coming up that Tuesday, February 21st, as a matter of fact.
Great time. Hope there's no issues downtown for
Should
Mardi
not
Gras.
be, should not be.
Everybody enjoy it, but we don't need any craziness in the great town of Mobile.
Lead is back to 7. MGM got it to 5 once again. That's the closest they have come to tying or taking the lead tonight. Rhett Ford with the ball, working it over to Zion Hill. Back to Bolton. Everyone's on the perimeter. Who's down low? There's Horace. He tried to force it in. Ford puts it back in.
And Ritt back, gets the rebound, puts
good
it
shot,
in. Good
Ritt.
for him.
90 seconds remains. Fowler takes it coast to coast. Follows his own shot. No good. And Eric Washington comes out with that rebound. MGM trying to cut it within 5. Horace fighting down low, and they do as he puts it back in.
They're beating them bad on the boards right now. They're getting second and third shots.
The lead is 3. Jaden Campbell with the ball pushes it up the floor. That shot blocked. Josh Flowers' shot is blocked by Zion Hill.
Oh,
you said earlier he's giving up 4 inches to Zion Hunter. Correction on that, Zion Hunter.
You know, that's a shame. Came down, took a bad shot, got a bad break on the roll.
Always hangs in the air. His shot no good, so it'll turn over to Baker.
That's 2 bad possessions.
Horace checks out, checking in is Jalen Gray.
That's 12 to 7 turnovers that I have for the game.
Phylon in control right now. High screen comes up from Threadgill. You can see Phylon sizing up Bolton, and Bolton commits. No, we're going the other way. Offensive foul called against Phylon. That's his third.
Yeah.
4th team foul. Stephen Newhouse saw something that apparently the Baker fans did not see. They don't like that at all. Ford swings it all the way over to Coach Kimball. Kimball is not eligible to play tonight,
his
Coach Harrell.
eligibility's up.
So that's a turnover by the young man.
That's 3 possessions in a row, 3 turnovers.
Ford was going cross court trying to catch his teammate. Put a little too much juice on it.
That's still only 5-point ball. You don't need to.
Flowers spins. His shot no good, but he is fouled on the play with 1.7 seconds remaining. Zion Hunter commits his 3rd personal foul. And compared to the first half, MGM doing much better. That's only the 3rd team foul against the Vikings, Coach Earl.
You know, again, those turnovers, they had 3 turnovers, and out of the 3, they had the ball twice and turned it back over to them.
Flowers shoots 67% from the line, makes the first. And this is the second. They heave it up. And after 3, Baker on top, 54-48. One more quarter to go. It's really getting good at Daniel Bumper's Gymnasium for the Battle of West Mobile. I love it.
If you're looking for fun, fashionable, and affordable jewelry, it's here. It's Paparazzi. We have a variety of colors and styles of bracelets, rings, necklaces, and earrings for all occasions and for every event. New styles are added daily, which means you are always up to date with the latest fashion. For that genuine bling, join me, Charmaine Watson, the real jewelry lady, on Facebook Live Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. It's cute, it's fun, it's fashion, it's $5, it's Paparazzi.
At the end of 3, Baker's on top 54-48. Shot of Coach Steve Norman right there in the right. That's the head football coach for the Baker Hornets as he's wiping the sweat off, Coach. It might be getting hot over there in the Hornets' nest as MGM played a pretty good third quarter there.
Yes, yes, it has been. Now we're going to see the character and pride. This is on the line right now. 5-point thing. They were down, I think at one time, 18-0. So this is a heck of a comeback.
I have Fallon with just 6 points in the third quarter. So that would give him a total of 25.
Very
Eric
good.
Washington down low, the ball stolen, but out of bounds. Good defense right there by Threadgill.
Yeah, that was great execution. Hit the high post, go low. Everybody in the right. Court awareness is so important.
Bolton with the ball. Tipped out by Josh Flowers. Quick hands by him. And that's a 3 drained right there by MGM and Zion Hunter, who shoots 42% from 3. And Coach, this is the closest they've been down 3 points, 54-51. Look at Fallon, patient, takes his time. He does not get the basket.
He didn't do one hesitation. He did 2 hesitations.
Maybe
to get
2
that
and a
shot.
half, sure did.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be Baker's basketball as Madgen checks back in, also checking in Lavelle Nelson.
That ESPN bunch kills me.
And they're surrounded by a bunch of hooligans with shorts and tank tops. And it's pretty cold outside tonight, but
you got the executives up front with ties on and jackets, and then the rest of them.
That 3 no good for Fallon and Baker. And there's a 3, and just like that, we are tied as Jeremiah Bolton drains it 54-54. It is a new game right now, Coach Harold.
It's a new game. Coach is loving it. He's out on the court.
So you can say we're at the 6:51 mark. We're at 0-0. Who's going to win the rest of the ball game?
I know who's probably going to have the ball in his hands the most for Baker.
Fallon slashes in, scores. He was looking for the foul.
That was a Euro in with a lot of heat on him. He was about to get sandwiched.
Harris tries to answer for MGM. 2-on-1. Nelson with the easy lay-in.
And give credit Fallon. I mean, he could have drove that to the hole himself, but he saw the open man and gave it to him.
That's a 15-footer by Bolton. Rims out the iron, unkind to the young man. Imagine whips it to Nelson. Look at Nelson on the move as he tries to just drop it in. No good.
Yeah, that Euro didn't work.
That was a Euro no-go.
I don't know what that was.
Bolton slowing it down here for MGM. Down 4 points. They tied it up. But Baker answered with 2 quick buckets. A turnover on the play. Charles Taylor with the steal and score. And Coach, we were tied at 6:51. And less than just over a minute later, MGM's down 6 that quick.
That's a good timeout by Coach. He needed to take that timeout and regroup because you're right. They came after it. They worked hard to catch up. But like I said in the first half and later, every time Baker gets challenged, they meet the challenge and come back and
Step
score.
up. And on that last bucket right there, you can see by Taylor, Hunter had to lay off. He has 3 fouls. He really couldn't put the body on him. He didn't want to pick up that 4th foul. Good shot right there, Coach Kimball talking with the young men.
It's like he's been running, so he's sweating.
I'm telling you, it's hot up there in the Hornets' nest. You saw Coach Norman wiping off the dome as well. So
look at this. Now this is respect for the coach. All eyes are on the coach. One's not drinking over here and looking the other way and waving to his girlfriend and talking about the cheerleaders and stuff. All eyes are on the coach. It's called respect.
Good shot right there inside in the huddle as they break. Down 6 points. The Vikings trying to remain undefeated in area play. If they win tonight, this will be their 4th area win. And these teams are scheduled to meet again in about a week and a half on the 24th. Oh, it's great, Coach. It's just getting good. It's about to get a little better here.
Good.
Gray handling the ball for the Vikings. Zion Hunter, he's going to shoot a 3, puts it up, no good. Came off like a mortar shell there.
Yeah, that wasn't a good shot. You know, they fought back by hitting the boards and getting good shots. You can't, looks like a scoreboard.
We have a outage at the scorer's table.
Coach Armstrong didn't read the fine print in his contract. Is he the electrician too?
Coach, you'd be surprised at some of the activities that take place behind the scorer's table or things you're trying to prevent from happening, like this.
Trust me.
Where basically someone has walked by and knocked the plug out. That's what it comes down to.
Trust me. I coached in junior college for
so
10
you understand.
Years. I know reading the fine contract on different jobs you got to undertake.
You definitely understand. So the officials will go to the book and find out what the official score was, and they'll get a gauge on how much time and hopefully get the clock reset and we'll get back to play. So right now you kind of have a freebie timeout for both teams. But Baker was on a break actually coming up the court. So it kind of stops that momentum, you know.
Both coaches taking time to explain what they want done. There's 5.5 minutes left, 60-54. Both of them got to do certain things, but 2 things they can't do. They can't turn the ball over and they can't take bad shots. Okay, those are the things, and then positive, get back and play tough defense. You need stops and you need good shots.
LeBaron McClendon explaining things to Coach Kimball and Coach Armstrong. We'll go back into play here at 5:35. After MGM tied it up, Baker on a 4-0 run right now.
Eric Washington's getting a rest now. He won't be there for long, I don't think.
Hooligans on their feet on the far side of the court. Russell rolls off the screen, loses it, gathers it back, shots up, no good.
That was a nice play set up for them.
It was.
With a stagger pick.
Just couldn't get it to fall off the glass.
Coach doing some refereeing too.
Gray handling the ball, picks up his dribble, gets it over to Bolton. Bolton's played a pretty good game tonight. Does the Harden step back shot, no good. Good rebound right there by Robinson. His shot no good.
I thought he might have got fouled on that one.
Hunter going to go to the bench, checking in. DJ Barton. Barton has 3 fouls. Hunter also has 3 fouls. For Baker, the only player with 3 fouls is LeBaron Filan.
You know, this game, Baker is a completely different team from what we saw the first time. He
shot way off by Nelson.
He had and was taking so many more shots. Now he's got, you know, some help.
Washington drove in. Now, Coach, I'm with you. I saw a little contact there. I thought that Magin may have picked up his 4th. I'm sorry, he has 3 fouls as well with Filan. Filan all day takes his time, gets it to the big fella, 6'7" center / forward as he scores down low when the lead is extended. Easy bucket for DJ Barton. No one back to play defense for Baker.
They need to start putting some pressure up here. 4 minutes to go, down 6 points.
Double team comes over by Horace. Let's see what Magin's going to do down low. He tries to do the give and go with Filan, but he is fouled on the play.
As a coach, all you ask for officials is to be consistent. I thought that there was some fouls down at the other end, and that one seemed like a lot less one than what was down at the other end.
That's 4 on Barton, so they're going to bring in the big fella, Eric Washington. He only has 1 foul. Bring in his size. He checks in at 6 fouls. Oh, nice. The backdoor screen.
Nice
and Magin could not finish it, Coach Arrow.
Perfect play. You know, up pick from the backside, went for the alley-oop. Perfect play, just didn't finish it. Pass could have been a little bit better, but great call.
Vikings working the ball around the perimeter. Going to penetrate here. Bolton, look at Filan standing still as to not pick up that 4th foul. Pressure on Flowers. He loses it.
That's what I was talking about, the little things that Filan does. He went over and stopped the layup. That was not his man, but that was his back rotation. He could have got out of his way, but he stood firm. Stopped a layup.
So Barton's going to sit down with his 4 fouls. Hunter's going to check back in for MGM. Bolton. Back to Hunter.
Nice
cut.
cut.
Down. Oh.
Nice cut.
Washington didn't lose it. It was just knocked out of his hand, but he kind of took a slip at the same time.
Yeah.
Horace's foot was on the baseline. I could see that here from the studio, Coach. He caught the inbounds pass, but his left foot was right there on the baseline. Unfortunate for MGM, costly turnover right there. Down 6 with 3:10 to play. And he was within range of easy, just putting in a bucket right quick for the Vikings. Long 3 dropped in by Baker. Deshaun Beverly shoots 16% from 3, but he stood there flat-footed, Coach, and drained it.
He didn't even hesitate.
Wow.
It's like he shoots 80% from the 3s.
The junior really puts the dagger in right there. Look at him, just wham. 65-56 is our score. It's like MGM can't catch a break, Coach. They tied up at 6:51, and they've only scored 2 points since then.
16-8 in turnovers.
Man.
It's one of those deals where MGM will go for a while and not turn the ball over, and all of a sudden they'll have 2 or 3.
Right, back to back.
Bad times when they have it. But again, credit Baker. Every time MGM does a run, Baker makes 1 or 2 buckets.
Now, I will say this, I'm glad to see the Vikings did not come out flat in the 3rd quarter. They came out ready to play.
These are experienced coaches, experienced teams. They're going to come out ready to play. It's just a shame that MGM got such a bad start to the game.
Horace with the ball. He's going to try to show his senior leadership. They're going to call a block right there on Magin. That's going to be his 4th foul.
He's motioning Coach Armstrong. I'm all right. Don't take me out.
No, you've heard that plenty of
Hey,
times.
he better not, if he left him in, he better not whack him as soon as the ball's thrown in.
Fifth team foul against Baker. Robinson inbound. They're looking to get into Washington.
Nice
He
spin
does a little
move.
spin move on the
Nice
foul
spin
line.
move.
Shoots it up and drops in.
65-58, 7 points with 2.5 minutes to go. It's getting interesting.
Fallon with the ball, has not relinquished the rock. Does a little Euro move. I didn't think that was really necessary at that point because he had the Vikings on their heels, but look at there, Zion Hunter delivers.
5 points.
5 points.
Oh, don't foul.
They didn't call thread gill as he kind of bumped the Viking player out of the way. There's another three launched by Beverly. Fallon gets the rebound and scores. No foul on the play.
Right place, right time, finishes. Boy, the two coaches have done a good job in different situations.
I have Fallon unofficially with 29 points tonight, Coach Aaron.
And it's not over. He likes, LeBaron likes that hesitation. He does it really well.
Horace shakes off Taylor's shot, no good. Josh Flowers hauls in the rebound. As we are under 2 minutes, MGM down 7 points here. Wide open is Charles Taylor. He's going to shoot it. Didn't really think that was a high percentage shot at the time. You're up 7. And he put it up.
They need to take some time off the clock.
Right, the clock is your friend. Josh Flowers, that's not a block. They're going to call a foul against Flowers right there. He thought he had a block. That's his 3rd foul.
Well, they fouled one of the ones just on paper, John Robinson, who's averaging 33% from the free throw line. So on paper, it's a good foul.
And this is MGM's 4th attempt.
You know
2
what?
for 4.
As close as it's gotten, if you look back at everything in the full picture, the difference in the game, if it stays this close, I think will be free throws.
John Allen
and turnovers.
checks in for MGM. You're right, it probably may come down to the free throws, Coach Earl. Makes the 2nd. Also checking in for MGM number 0, Jalen Gray.
2-possession game, 67-61.
I believe we have a timeout on the floor, possibly called by David Armstrong, I believe. And we're under 90 seconds. And you just mentioned 2-possession ball game, Baker up 6. MGM, I will give them credit. They have clawed and fought their way back into the ball game. And we'll be back with another ball game as next week we're taking it up the road. It'll be Leroy against Citronelle. The girls will tip off at 6 with the boys following at 7:30. So get ready for some up the road action. Highway 43 against Highway 45. Leroy and Citronelle. So that should be interesting.
the highway game.
But they've been battling for years, so that's a big rivalry up there in the Citronelle,
Oh, it's
Mobile,
nice.
Washington County area. So we'll be featuring that next Thursday right here on the MCPSS TV network. Al Whedon, Coach Ronnie Arrow. Coach, what are you drawing up if you got the board right there like Coach Kimball? What are you telling me?
Well, right now it's going to be interesting to see if they press on defense.
Okay.
One of the things, don't take bad shots. Don't turn the ball over. Be crisp with your passes. Make cuts to the hole and finish when you get a shot. As far as we'd have a spread offense if with Baker and take some time off the clock.
Right. That shot Taylor put up, to me, that made no sense. You know, that's quite questionable.
It'll make you hear even
You're
grayer.
up 7 at that point. Hey, there's the press. Taylor breaks through it. Fallon asking for the ball. Down low, Threadgill takes his time. He put it on the floor instead of going straight up with it, but Baker's going to benefit from the loose ball. But he was wide open down low instead of going for the quick bucket. He tried to pick that foul up, Coach Arrow.
I don't know whoever was guarding him. I don't know where he went to. Uh-oh.
Ball stolen.
He's back.
Don't know if a foul was committed or not.
I think it was just out of bounds.
Just out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it was just out of bounds. 1 minute and 7 seconds, 6-point game, 67-61.
Sean Beverly checks in for Baker.
Guess who's got the ball?
Takes the ball in the backcourt, brings it across the timeline. Taylor's on the bench for Baker. Over the Flowers back to Fallon. There it is. And Fallon loses it. Zion Hunter got his paws in there. And then MGM loses it. Josh Flowers, the quarterback, dribbles down the lane. No good. 2-score ball game here for MGM. And Hunter wide open on the far side, screaming for the ball.
Both corners are wide open.
But a timeout called by Coach Kimball.
It's a good timeout.
To get his team collected and gather their thoughts there.
Like I said, these are two experienced coaches. They were getting a little wild with the ball. They can't afford a turnover, and Kimball takes a timeout.
That would have been a huge bucket if Flowers could have gotten that one to drop after he hustled and went up the floor and kind of stumbled, bumbled, rumbled, but did not get it to drop in. That would have really made a difference. And there's the ESPN game day crew and the hooligans. They're saying it's over, Coach, it's over. You gotta love it right there. I don't know who they're communicating to, Coach Arrow. I don't know where they're plugged in, but they look quite nice.
Hey, they're having fun.
And I love the kid with the bow tie on right there.
In today's world, as much as what's going on, to see kids having fun like that, you only go through high school one time.
Right.
Enjoy yourself.
Maybe they're Facebooking live. I have no idea, but they look good. I'll give them credit, Coach Aaron. They look good.
It sort of makes us feel youthful, you know, brings you back to your day in high school.
I agree. Baker up 6 points right now. 36 seconds remaining, so MGM definitely needs to score and get a steal and score again. It can happen.
Well, either way from here on, it's been a great game. Showed a lot of character on both parts. Good for our TV games. Everything's good. Let's see who finishes this thing off.
Ball tipped by Flowers. No, by Washington. It goes off of Washington's finger. It'll be Baker's basketball.
Unfortunately, I'm sure that's not the way Coach drew it up. Two guys came to the ball. There was no spacing.
Nelson checks back in for Baker. Flowers looking to get that ball to foul line. Loses it, and we have a foul. They needed a foul to stop possession right there. Quick foul by MGM. Only their 5th team foul.
They're going to look back on this game. Whether they win, then they want a good game with turnovers. If they
correction,
don't,
they're fouling against Baker, not MGM.
That was great hustle.
Josh Flowers, his 4th foul. So as Flowers was hustling, he commits the foul. And that put MGM in the 1-1. That's a 3 by Horace, no good. Quick rebound by Hunter.
And a foul.
And he's fouled on the play, and one coming up.
Oh my gosh, as a coach, you go crazy.
Imagine is fouled out. That's his 5th, I believe, Coach. As he puts his hands up, what do you mean?
The last thing you want to do in this situation is foul. If they make the bucket, they make the bucket, but it does 2 things. It stops the clock, and it gives opportunity for them to set their guys up. But
Hunter trying to complete the three-point play
Free
and
throw.
misses the free throw. And Johnny on the spot, Alex Threadgill, he's been ruling on the backboards tonight. Cleans the glass. Fallon is fouled on the play by Jalen Gray. That's his third, only the 16th foul against MGM, but it's going to be a shooting foul coming up for Fallon.
Nelson.
No, it's a side out. It's on the side.
Nelson checks into the game. 19 seconds to go. Plenty of time.
Still a two-possession ball game, Coach Aaron.
4 points.
So a steal in the score here goes a long way for MGM. Baker just needs to play keep away. The clock is their friend. And there is the travel. Nelson called for the travel. Had some assisting by Coach Kimball telling Newhouse, he traveled. Ref.
He called it, and then the official called it. He helped the official on that. Good call.
Red Ford checks into the ball game, but a timeout call by Coach Kimball.
You know what this shows is, whatever happens, which way it goes, if Baker wins, then they say we held on guys. We did what we had to do to win this game. As far as MGM, for the next game, it'll show, look, guys, we spotted them 18 points.
Pretty
and
much.
Right now,
right off the bat,
we're down 4 points with 16 seconds to go.
And they have definitely managed their foul content better in the second half. MGM is only with 16 fouls, and at this point, Baker is with their 18 fouls, so MGM is in the bonus right now. But you can't spot, and it makes you work harder to fight back later on, which they did. They fought back. But the lead is now 4. Looks like Coach Kimball trying to make sure if he has timeouts. I think he may be out with timeouts.
I think he's ready to check in.
He's lobbying. Yeah. Might want to check his eligibility, Coach Arrow, just to be sure. Bolton going to inbound it. Ford takes it in the backcourt. MGM needs to score quick. Bolton wide open. Flowers lays off. They get the bucket. The lead is 2, and you got to foul quick. I believe Horace may have picked it up. All right, they're going to call on LaShonda Horace.
7 seconds.
Third foul.
7 seconds left to go. 2-point ball game, 67-65. And if I'm Coach Armstrong, I like what I see who's on the line.
That is the 17th foul. Places Baker in the bonus.
84% free throw shooter.
LeBaron Fallon shooting 1-and-1 from the line. Makes the first. For his 30th point. Unofficially, according to my abacus.
And you know what? The bottom line is, if they do and he makes this one and they win, what a great game for Baker.
As we said, it was going to be a sellout. If you weren't going to make it there tonight, we definitely wanted you to watch. Fallon misses the second. That 3 put up, no good. I believe a foul was called at the end. We're going the other way. Stephen Newhouse on the call right there.
I don't think they wanted Washington taking that 3 out there, but you know, late in the game like that, you wind up sometimes in positions where you don't want to be.
I'm going to call that foul on Bolton. Places Alex Threadgill on the line with 0.5 seconds. I thought it was 1 point something there, but I thought it was like 1.7, but 0.5 on the clock.
Alex shoots 41% from the free throw line.
He'll be shooting 1-and-1.
These people got to see a heck of a game. I don't think they're disappointed.
I agree, Coach Aaron. Barton's going to check in. He has 4 fouls. Trying to get the height, maybe the rebound for a long throw and catch and release if Threadgill misses the first. But if he makes the first, it's pretty much probably a done deal at this point. But this is the critical one. Misses the front end. Horace throws it up.
Oh.
No good. Baker holds on 68-65. Quite a ball game we witnessed tonight, Coach Earl.
Yeah, the two things that they'll be able to go back, MGM will be able to go back home and say, our turnovers, I have them down for 18, and I don't know what the free throw shooting was, but I don't think the free throw shooting was real good for them. But either way, both squads should be extremely happy with their players. Two coaches there hugging each other.
Right.
And so anyway, it was a privilege to be here tonight to watch this. You like basketball. This was great.
I have MGM down 5 for 12 from the free throw line tonight overall. And for Baker, Coach, of course, they hit the bonus early in the first half. I have them 15 for 20 tonight. So right there, our official statistics say 12 for 24 for Baker. But look at there, 4 for 15 for MGM. But Coach, the field goals almost right there, 29 for 49 and 23 for 48. In three-pointers, not too many three-pointers we saw tonight.
The only thing that they don't have up there that's important is the turnovers.
Turnovers quite critical in a ball game like this.
But, you know, hey, both squads now, Kimball can go back and say, hey, they got to come to our place. They got to come to our place now. Y'all battled back. I'm proud of you.
The rematch will take place on January the 24th. That's going to wrap it up for us. MGM women get the win and Baker boys get the win, so the Battle of West Mobile still has to be decided on the 24th. Next Thursday, we're going to give you Leroy versus Citronelle, so make sure you tune in and check that out. For our statisticians, Matt Moore and China Powell, our director Wade Ford, executive producer Quentin Howard, and for Coach Ronnie Arrow, I'm Al Wheaton, thanking you for joining us for another MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Enjoy your long MLK weekend.